Live, boys. YouTube intro incoming. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tzeentch's master manipulating gameplay, taking advantage of the lore of Tzeentch, using 5D chess, playing with everyone's minds, and ultimately becoming the greatest there ever was. No other Tzeentchian character can quite do the same. But Kairos Fate Breather. He can predict the future. He can predict the past. Well, everyone can. Don't know why I said that, but he can't predict the present. That's one of the challenges of Tzeentch and challenges of Kairos Fate Breather in the lore. He knows what the future looks like, but he can't, he can't really understand what the now. So he's always theoretically in the blind. Adrian, good to see you, buddy. Good time zone. I'm an English fella, so yeah. But happy Easter. I'm pretty sure it's Easter right now, guys, isn't it? Right, so as you guys know, we always play on Legendary, very hard, hardest difficulty. We'll make this one a banger. Ultimate Crisis, turn 10, all of them. And we'll see what happens. Actually, no, we'll do it like turn 20 to 30. Because then it gives us a little bit of time to actually start getting stronger. Because we will need some time to get stronger too. But we certainly... Welcome back. Yeah, random. Thanks, buddy. Okay. Legendary very hard. Hardest difficulty. Let's jump into it. Yeah, where did you think I was from? I am very English, but I'm in a like where I live in England. Happy Easter, TDRM. Happy Easter, boys. Yeah, I'm not, my accent isn't like super British. Like, I'm not super posh. Like, if I were to speak, you know, good day, sir. Top of the morning to you. Cup of tea and crumpets, my dear son. You know? I can go very English, but it's just not me, you know? I'm not that English. Whereas, you know, I don't live in London. I'm not a southerner. That's the challenge. It's Easter, yes? Yeah, Dark, it's Easter. Good to see you, bud. Hey, Sleeks, how are we doing, handsome? Tzeentchian indeed. We're going to be messing with the minds of our enemies. I'm testing out the new update, so you'll have to be patient with me, boys. Haven't played Tzeentch since the new update. Would you take a skink in a 1v1 Benno Open, to be honest? Honestly, probably not. Depends on, like, a chameleon skink, probably not. A generic skink, probably. I feel like some of them will be harder than others, that's for sure. Right, so we got Winds of Manipulation is the same. We have Transfer Settlement stuff. Unholy Manifestations. Oh, you're not frozen in turn. That's nice, at least. That's nice that it doesn't do that to you. Same tech tree. Is it in his actual magic itself? It is. So Fragments of Sorcery. Wait, you can straight away change it? Wow, Searing Doom is insane, by the way. You sure they have claws and they bite? It's basically a big reptile. I feel like I look at them like a small kangaroo. It depends what the terrain's like. Would you just straight away change to... I mean, Awakening the Woods is insane early game as well. Is there a reason why this one doesn't have the same spells as this one? Because Searing Doom is insane. But we lack single entity killing. No, we don't with these. Flock of Doom. I don't rate Flock of Doom that much. Early game, anyway. The only reason I don't rate it very well early game is because it takes a lot... It actually takes a while to be useful. Like, generally, it does actually take a long time for Searing Doom to become useful. And the reason I say that is because of the fact that Searing Doom is not the best. Hold on, let me guys, if there's any weirdness with the audio or anything like that, guys, let me know. And Indra, thanks for the follow, bud. Appreciate you. I'm still trying to make sure all my sound and everything is good, as I haven't properly streamed in a long time. Audio sounds good? Okay. I haven't properly streamed. Like, it's really weird to say this, but I swear I have become, like, tech illiterate by not streaming for ages. Like, when you stream every single day for, like, years, you become very, very competent with your technology that you got to work with, right? Logically speaking, it makes sense, right? And then when you don't think about it and you just play games, and you don't really need to think about, like, maximizing performance, like, yeah, very quickly it has moved away from me. A few months of not streaming. Oh, honestly, it's like 6+. Right. I'm going to be excited to see how this performs. Thank you. We'll have to wait and see how this goes. Out of all the factions that have been changed recently, guys, who do you think is the best? Is Kislev actually much better now? God, I love Kairos, especially because Blue Fire gives you bonus damage from elevation too. I mean, Joro's going to say Tzeentch in the chat, so we can expect that. Without a shadow of doubt, we'll expect that answer. You're saying they're OP? I mean, hasn't Kislev always been pretty damn good? That changes the court mechanic. That's why I did one stream. Yeah, but consistently, right? I haven't consistently streamed. Praise to Grungy. Yeah, is that how we doing, handsome? Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, logically it would be a cast on the general here, but I've got to be careful. I can elevate them here. As an elevation, it should do a lot of damage. Okay, never mind. That was a paid actor? Yes. Alright, lessons learned. Had they made Blue Fire trash or something? Like, what's going on? Yo, Levy, how's it going, handsome? I should have just fireballed them. Reposition. We'll go for the El Clasico. We'll go for the crunch. We'll go for the El Cruncherino. I'll show you guys. Hover right in front. Wait for them to get near. El Cruncherino. They're dead. Furies are really effective when you use them like this. You can't use them as like a traditional unit. Let's make sure I don't backside. You can see that we haven't even taken any barrier damage, by the way. When you put them on top of things like that and force them to go down, pathing is critical with them. Over this court game. Feels like second Cathay. I mean, let's be honest though, Kislev really struggled for a while in campaign. Like, Kislev was not the best in campaign for a while. Your dwarves are undefeated. Nice, Lefe. Lefe, do you stream, right? You stream Blood Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. Or I swear at some point you did. But I hope you're doing well. Hello, handsome, fearless. Are you looking to the mirror, my man? You're looking in the mirror, because the only handsome one is you. And yeah, long time no speak, matey. Good to see you, though. We're going to be rocking and rolling for more streams these days. I'm excited to start making content. The money elegant won't do anything for me. Look. Ironically, the money genuinely won't do a thing. Challenge here. Wait, what's this? Oh, this is where you unlock the fragments. Okay. Get Greater Arcane Conduit here. Oh my god, they've actually done a... Okay, now we're talking, boys. They've actually given me a lot of love. Right, this spell's trash. We're getting rid of that. But you can just interchangeably swap them. Like, before a fight, I can just swap them. And I can get regrowth? Oh, God. Okay, so it probably is going to mean that Kairos is the new 1v9 champion.
Attack.
Is Kairos the new OP? I have a feeling he's probably the new OP. No restrictions to swap out. That's crazy. The one thing I like about stuff like that is it adds a lot of layer of gameplay for really good players. Or people that want to min-max your specific character, because magic archetypes are good against certain armies. And having the ability to swap it out makes it a lot easier. Which would be really cool to see. Did he get a rework? He got a mini rework, yeah. Basically, he's like how he used to be, or similar to how OP the spells were on release. They obviously nerfed him to stop him having regrowth and stuff because of multiplayer, which is 100% needed. But now he's got access to, yeah, Searing Doom and all sorts of fun stuff. So Searing Doom's actually pretty bad against units like this, so we won't do it just yet. But here's the Doobly cast in here, so we'll take that. One of my favorite things about Tzeentch spellcasters as well is the fact that they have barrier. So you can effectively continuously keep overcasting for free. Let me just check the terrain. Yeah, we're absolutely fine there. Let me go ahead and guard mode them. And we'll flank around here. So the Ultimate Crisis is going to kick in turn 20 or so. I think I said it's turn 20. And it looks like I'm going to have more than enough time to get rolling. So Chaos Furies are insanely good at killing Nurglings as well. It's heavily always dependent on the entity count. So since we're casting into here and doing damage in here already, let's go with the Psycho Charge. Why Dwarves and Aztecless system out magic? Well, magic is for manlings. It is always interesting. I think dwarves in general just can't cast magic, right? Because if you take Chaos Dwarves as the example, it's literally in their blood that they... It's in their genetics that they would turn to stone. I don't think it's that they don't want to. Well, Elgi especially, yeah, no. I mean, Lizardmen, low-key. More so Lizardmen than anything. Lizardmen's taught magic to the High Elves. I swear it was like Croak, not Croak, it was Mazdamundi or Croak that taught the High Elves. Gonna say, what's his name from Teclas? I can try, matey. I will certainly try. Okay, go for the surround here as well. Probably did a little friendly fire to that poor guy. But I'm not supposed to kick in very shortly. Yeah, we crushed him. I think it's quite hard to do that though. Because Teclas might kill him before I get there. Let's have a look. Yeah, the Exalted Flamer is so nice as a unit. Nice, 0 losses. Yo, Fred, thank you so much for the raid, man. How are we doing, you handsome bugger? How's it going, guys? Welcome in. Welcome in, folks. We are currently playing Kairos Fate Weather, doing some 5D gameplay. We haven't played Kairos in this recent update, but he seems very, very OP. But Fred, always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. and welcome in, guys. Today we're going to be exploring how insanely overpowered Kairos is, especially since you can interchange all of your magic,
Kairos, Fate Weaver.
which seems really bonkers. It's basically like in a strategy game, you always know what pieces, like in a chess game, it's like almost having the perfect chess piece to every situation, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. Now here is an interesting decision, because it looks like I have the choice. I don't really have much of a choice with the change, because by the time I hit these, that's when I'm going to want to look for it. Wow, 40% barrier during battles. I'm assuming that's just him. I don't hate the idea of because it would be 3 more points into here, and then it would be Greater Arcane Conduit, and then this at level 5. So that does make sense. Repromotable pawn. Change. Quite literally that. Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. But we might want to keep this fella alive over here. It'd be nice to keep Sarathel alive, but we'll see. They had the launcher back on launch, yeah. I mean, Kairos used to be one of the hardest campaigns of the game, which is crazy to think about. It's crazy to think that Kairos used to be one of the hardest campaigns. And my goodness, has that evolved since then? You like Skaven? Right, if you're a true Skaven fan, do you, or have you, completed a campaign as none other than Lord Skrolk? Is Orc not an issue anymore? Not with mortal units. I just feel like having mortal units just makes your life so easy. It just changes the dynamic completely. I'm thinking +1 your capacity is going to be nice. Especially since we do have positive winds of magic around the area. It would be -2 winds of magic if I do this on him. Is it worth to send it straight away? Oh, is it not? Is it an enemy one? I imagine it might be an enemy one. I had to wait for sales before I could do anything. That's fair. Cool, what's with the gross you basically don't have? I think +5 is very minimal though. But you will get growth pretty damn quick, because yeah, +5 is what? It'd still take 20-something turns for that to upgrade. But you'd always go into growth where possible. And since we have really strong winds of magics, it's another 10. Yeah, beautiful. We'll grab pinks as well. I swear, yeah, it's annoyingly, this side's a lot better as well. Because I think this one's more akin to recruitment, this one's more akin to infrastructure buildings. And oftentimes in the early game, infrastructure's a lot better. Plus it gives you mortal units. But since there's no point us spending 4 turns to change it over, to be honest. Alright, so we've got our cult building over here. The discoverability is not too bad. Changing their ways, okay. Maintenance costs, yeah, I don't really want to do anything like that. Instantly gains 500 Grimoires. I don't think I can take advantage of that too much, though. Yeah, surely it's the spreading of cults for sure. Right. And then we'll move over here and attack this. Clear up. Let's get it. I remember playing Skaven before any DLC. Playing Skaven with no DLC was like playing a different faction. Good times. Oof, that is a pretty hefty cost. Alright, we'll see if we can save this guy. What is the cost of swapping the settlement? A non-capital. Alright, we'll maybe swap that, I don't think. We'll see. Pre-DLC Skaven was so bad. Yeah, they weren't the best. And Excel, thanks for the follow, buddy. Yeah, they certainly probably weren't in the description of the vibe. But it is what it is, you know? Sometimes it really do be like that. Warhammer 2 Beastman, I got the achievement to prove it. Yeah, that's torture. Yeah, Linear. Pre-DLC Skaven was about ambushing while having a hard time. Yep. Basically what Tzeentch is now. More affordable than tabletop? Well, I mean, playing anything tabletop. Honestly, any model is like liquid crack. It is expensive AF. Also, apologies for eating. I haven't eaten all day. I think we should be channeling. I think we can channel and move over at the same time. Wait. This music reminds me of Rome Total War. Can you guys hear that? It's very Total War-y. Rome Total War, anyway. Maybe that's just me.
I have squad.
Yeah, so how am I going to see my team? I should be playing at least 60 chess. That's a good point. You got me there. You got me there, bud. You got me. Is it worth even keeping Sareth alive? He's technically a legendary lord, isn't he? On a technicality, he's a legendary lord, if I'm not mistaken. One day for each round? I would say so. We're evolving as time goes on. I think there are specific triggers that let you confederate them, but I would imagine Mercy or One Pitchman would have a video for them. Those are the guys, I think. Okay, that's a freebie. Oh my god, the Furies die. This is why you never trust Auto Resolve, guys. Auto Resolve is a liar. It is lies and deception is what it is. Wait, has this province always been a fora? Right. Oh, it automatically upgrades. Okay. Okay.
Keeper of the Destiny Scroll.
I guess we can recruit pinks anyway. I don't know why I don't remember this being a fora. But maybe because I just haven't played them in a long time. Also, why can't I... What is the conditions to allow this to happen? I don't seem to be able to click on anybody. It's not a monster, or...
You are a degenerate.
I'm a degenerate. Facts. Knows me so well. Hey, I'd look, he's handsome. Oh, in enemy territory. Oh, valid. Thanks, guys. Thanks, boys. That makes sense. We have. I'm using Searing Doom. Your boy is using Searing Doom. Can I stay in channeling stance while I have that thing on me? It means I won't lose any Winds of Magic. And that's true, Zen Star, right? The reason dwarves don't use magic is because they would quite literally turn to stone. I wonder if they biologically could use magic if they would.
This will be agreed.
Right, this is a good idea. This is the reason why you take an early route marcher. I wouldn't be able to attack this otherwise. It wouldn't have been an attackable angle. But I'm a big fan of Searing Doom because not only does it stop enemies running at you, it does a ton of damage when they're in combat. Uses cults to teleport out of the world. True. Yep. Not just yet. Monkey Wagon, their runes are magic? I think in a... I mean, in your definition, what is magic, right? Is it the harnessing of winds of magic? Because within Warhammer Fantasy, there's multiple different, like, calibers of magic, or tiers to magic. You know? A traditional mage would sit there channeling winds of magic. Whereas a rune would be a little bit different. A rune is not akin to the same. Magic comes from chaos. Not all magic. High elf magic does not come from chaos. But most magic is a strand of chaos, yeah. Most of the magicians is an amalgamation of some form of chaos. Which is the reason why it's quite surprising that high elf magic is really bad. Despite it being the purest form of magic in the game. Or in lore, should I say. Let me cast Searing Doom there, because I feel like they're not going to run away in time. I was just about to say, watch them like become Usain Bolt and sprint out of that. Turn to stone, but why? It's just the way dwarves are. It's the same with Chaos Dwarves. Like, if you look at Astrogoth, his legs are turning to stone. It's the reason why he's in that mecha, like the mecha. It's the reason why he's got that mech stuff on him, as his legs quite literally are basically stone. Just a damn way you're never meant to use magic, really. They're not built it. What's the specific god? I guess it would be a byproduct of not Taurox. Haxus? What's it called? Guys, help me out. My brain's skipping a beat. I'm trying to remember the god. Well, he's not a god. He's more of a demigod. One of y'all will know. That's the beautiful thing about having this having barrier. So this is what I was meaning as well. By if I cast spells like this, it stops them from running towards me and gives me a little bit of room to breathe. Let's focus fire this lad. That beast of Nurgle's not long for the world. Yeah, look, they ran away completely. A shut. It's a shut. I just remembered. It's a shut. That's who it is. Bit of campo mode, guys, since Shogun 1. Shogun is a hard game. Shogun 2 is a hard game. Like, I would say out of every single Total War game I've ever played, Legendary is just child's play. It's super easy. But Shogun 2? That's a different beast. I think the AI just cheats like crazy. I think the AI is just on some no level of cheating. Which makes it really hard. Nice push forward. Would love one more cast of Searing Doom down here, but I don't want to take damage. So I'm going to retreat. Got 35 barriers, so if we can maintain the health as much as possible, that'd be ideal. Just take some shots in there. Same with you guys. One of the problems about having such a tight formation is that the majority of my troops will not be shooting effectively. And seeing that this will be better. Shouldn't friendly fire too much, and Kairos can kind of travel around. Beautiful, here we go. How much more difficult Shogun 2 is? Well, I mean, you could argue that like Warhammer 2 was really hard, but yeah, nowhere near on the level of Shogun. Was Medieval 1? Okay, XL, would you rather have a medieval, like a new medieval game come out?
For the changer of ways.
Or would you rather have Three Kingdoms 2? That'd be sick. I don't think it'll ever happen, but that would be sick. I love Three Kingdoms. You guys are going to hate me for saying this, but my favorite historical Total War is Three Kingdoms. It is my my favorite historical Total War. Controversial to some, but I love that game. Absolutely adore it. You've yet to try it? Dude, it's such a good game. Three Kingdoms is not that old? No, it's really not that old. And Three Kingdoms has a massive point of nostalgia for me as well, because it's the first Total War game I streamed. Warhammer 2 because melee troops are just worse for the player. Yeah, I completely agree. Mainly because of the cheats the melee would have. Like, in Warhammer 2, the AI had such massive cheat that you would never be able to get toe-to-toe. You would never be able to send a melee unit into another melee unit and win. No matter the buffs. You effectively had to fight 2-to-1. Which made you just build range units. That's all you need to do. But it massively changed the meta of the game. Ooh, I'll actually ask you guys an interesting question. What is the percentage of nerfs every single ranged weapon in the game received coming into Warhammer 3? What do you think it is, roughly? The average nerf percentage of ranged weapons into Warhammer 3. 10, 15, 20? Okay, interesting guesses so far. Interesting guesses. It's actually higher than that, just as an FYI. Did they get nerfed? Nope, they got massively nerfed, man.
Of the Destiny Scroll.
I mean, ironically, Fearless is closest with 69%, even though he memed with it. He is closest with 69% with everyone in the chat.
Oracle of Tzeentch.
And I'm not talking about line of sight issues with gunpowder or anything like that. I'll tell you guys, the average range nerf that every single unit received pretty much coming into Warhammer 3 and Immortal Empires was around 50 to 60%. And I'm not even kidding when I say that. Like, if you were to load up Warhammer 2, and then look at High Elves, for example. Go to High Elves. You load up Warhammer 2, look at the High Elves, the DPS that they would output is so much higher in Warhammer 2. By roughly 50%. Because what they did was, to change a lot of range units, they actually reduced how fast they shot. So their reload time increased significantly. Like, this one's like 11 seconds. Warhammer 2 will be like 6 or 7 seconds. Easily. And Jareth, matey, I've been hiatus for a real while, so it makes sense, matey. I hope you're doing well. Right, let's get the growth in as well. Ooh, no growth allowed. Control is not terrible, but I've just taken buildings. I feel like research rate I don't hate. I don't think it's the best, but I don't hate it. Thankfully, money is getting better. But it surprised me massively when I learned how much of a nerf it was. But it was needed. If I'm going to be completely honest, it was needed. Warhammer 2 was so range dependent that it took away so many layers of gameplay. Like in Warhammer 2, if you wanted to do a melee army, you could. Even on the highest difficulties, you still could do it. But in Warhammer 2, not a chance. Like, it was just pure suffering. Like, it wasn't even worth doing it. Skaven got hit hard by it. Massively so. Agreed. Claw really suffered. By the way, what hero unit would you consider to be a good as a balancing baseline? Well, the challenge... I'm going to be that guy. So sorry. The challenge is, it depends on the scenario you're judging them upon. This is the really difficult thing. The value of a hero is dependent on the situation and the composition that you put them in. For example, if you take High Elves is a good example. High Elves have access to incredibly powerful lords for magic, because they have archmages. So, what does that mean? A melee lord has significantly more value inside of that army composition, purely because of the fact that they are able to withstand a lot of troops. Which means a noble and a lawmaster of Hoeth, the value skyrockets, because the role that it enables is significantly different. But as a generalized baseline, I mean, I feel like engineers for the Empire right now are pretty broken. I feel like that's not like the most balanced, but I think probably like one of the Butchers or a Firebelly or Hunter. I feel like they've done a really good job, like the Bruisers as well for the Ogre Kingdoms, making them pretty decent. But like I said, it's really hard to provide an accurate figure, especially because of the fact that it just depends what they're doing. It heavily depends what they're doing. I feel like we're inside the enemy territory here. Oh, maybe I'm not. I think I'm only just not in the... Oh, here we go. It should work now. Oh, they're not technically my enemy, are they?
With the raven, how
Spell warning.
and joyless endeavor.
Here we go. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. We've got a channeling stance as well, so we're not going to lose anything. If you want to compare baseline heroes, it would be for PvP. Here comes the pain. Yeah, heroes, it's very challenging. What? Here comes the pain for this one. This is very easy. Nah, this fight should be really easy. Let me just check something. Thunderbolt is actually goated for this. So it'd be Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is statistically the best spell in the game. If you cover Winds of Magics, gold per Winds of Magics, it's usually the first. Merely because of how much damage it actually does. Which is funny because you wouldn't expect it, but it is one of the most cost-effective spells in the game. And one of the big reasons why it's good is because it kills stuff, which reduces the damage your unit's going to take anyway. So it's like a double whammy. Oh wow, that's a lot of spawns. Because it kills stuff? Yeah, it has high damage per... It has a lot of damage in a burst. Whereas, spells of the equivalent nature, like the blue fire and things like that, very rarely kills entities. Well, the pink fire of Tzeentch, that rarely kills entities. Think of Constantinople. That would be sick. Excel, I'll give you that. It's a funny way of saying the thing. Well, I mean, if you compare it to most spells, early game, because it's a very early game spell, right? Most things don't kill. Searing Doom would never kill. A lot of damage, but never kill. I swear this battle's really easy though, Idol. Right here. The beautiful thing is they attacked me. So it'll enable me to get into position. I don't think there's anything that I'd want to flank. Is there anything I'd need to flank with these? I'd get smoked by demonettes, so I won't want to flank there. I would just need the front line, to be honest. And it would help absorb charges as well. Okay, let me position something like that.
Chaos Knights! Spreading
There we go.
destruction!
Not like never like the lightning effects. I think you can get mods that make it so much better.
Kairos, fate
So yeah, here is the damage. It does 100% AP, and it does roughly about 700 plus damage. So nothing's surviving that, basically. There is quite literally pretty much nothing in the game that will survive that. I will go guard mode. I'm just going to check out the Hellstriders for real quick. Just need to react to how the Hellstriders perform there. But I'd be very surprised if we lost the fight here, so actually I'm going to contest them. Despite the Hellstriders being anti-large, I think we should still do than that. Do you still consider Kula to be the best duelist lord? Yeah, absolutely. He heals too much and he's too much of a fighter. He has too much health as well. I'm yet to see anybody that is as durable as Kairos Fate Wither. Let's shoot those bad boys. I'm going to wait for better value on my spells. Especially with Burning Head as well.
Yes.
That doesn't matter. That's a fake threat.
Follow.
Absolutely fake threat. Okay. Make sure I'm locking in. Burning Head right there.
The deceiver.
That's over Zero Doom. Burning Head to the front line of that. Cat back now that we've done the damage there. Looking for Searing Doom once they start charging in. We secured it. Burning Head into the pink fire. I'm going to overcast this one because it seems way worth it. Just make sure to rotate my spells as much as possible here and make sure we're fighting the relevant target here. We've avoided the Chaos Swarm there as well. Let's try and trade some of my health at the same time. The next row of blue horrors may need to start going and engaging, but not just yet. Because we're going to need to rotate them. I'm actually going to look to charge on the side here. Leverage the fact that we've elevated. We have elevation there, plus it should be really tasty. Let's start firing into these guys at the back here. But then again, I probably don't need to, so let me actually start shooting the Chaos Spawns, because that's what's going to kill me. I'm looking for a bolt, methinks, because they're really juicily stacked here if you do this. Let's pull the pink fire back. Let's start sending these guys in. Make sure we're repositioning these guys. I want to avoid being caught up where possible there. The pinks are completely fine in melee. They should be completely fine in melee. Just want to keep rotating this one. Sorry guys, I'm just going to lock in real quick to make sure I don't lose this fight because it'll basically completely ruin my snowballing ability in this campaign if I don't lock in. Just kite back over there. Good damage on that side. These are blues, I believe, so we can shoot over them with ease.
The infinite weave.
As long as I'm getting the rotation of shots, I should be okay. I should be fine. Managed to translate. Managed to run away from that one, so let's get the elevation charge there. I'm looking for another cast here. Looks like here has a lot of value. Because if I can get rid of these spawns ASAP, I'm going to be killing. They're going to route soon, so let's start really taking advantage of that routing. Yeah, beautiful damage on the spawn there. Love to see that one. Right, let's lock in a little bit. Let's just have a look at what's in a good position to start shooting again. Looks like Amulos bonus is just kicking in, so let's just kill the rest of the unbreakable stuff, and job's a good one. Nice. Just taking advantage of how they played the fight in some ways is that, you know, if you can blob them up and utilize what is strong about your composition, which is magic for me. The pink fire plus burning head kind of killed a lot of entities in the initial engagement, so I had a lot of confidence that I could kind of keep that level of momentum up. So I was pretty happy with that one. Very happy with that one. We can cast this one because we know we're going to run away. Mistimed that one a little bit because I haven't played in a while, but it is what it is. I had Thrott's defeat trait, but my Manipulator healed 13 HP. Nice, dude. Even with Maneater? Yeah, I would say so. I would say so, because what you got to remember is that he's not a spellcaster. And I don't believe he'd be able to outdo the single target damage spell. Rancid Visitations, is it? If a Rancid Visitation gets plopped on his head, there's not much he could do. Is my logic anyway. Which is the reason why Nurgle Magic is probably one of the best in the game. Not sure, but I'm curious to see it. Are we talking about, like, the maximum they possibly could get to? Both of them? If so, it'd be Kugath, 100%. If we're talking about BIS items, BIS everything, the max level 50s, they have all their weapons, all the things that they can potentially get in campaign, all the defeat traits you'd ever want, there's no way Kugath would lose that. Because he's such a high flat HP that any additives like Thrott's defeat trait or anything like that would just be crazy. And as long as he's in another trait that would be really good is Bloody Battles. So if he's in a lot of battles with Pyrrhic, he'll also get a lot of HP from that too. Oh, this is a beautiful angle. We didn't lose the blue horrors because they revived, so let's get the health back. And we're going to attack the general on the outside of that settlement, so we don't have to siege it. But sometimes as Kairos, it actually is beneficial to siege, because you can just kill everything with magic before they can run at you. Yeah, what do you guys think? I feel like Kugath would still win that. It depends if you're talking about, like, if you were to sit there kiting as hard as you possibly could, then maybe? Potentially? Lore of Death, Beast Shadow. Don't use any of them, so let's go into Dwell of the Past to reduce miscast and get these juicy boys.
We are ascending.
It enables me to get Kindle Flame, which would enable us to do more damage on other spells, but I'd rather do Double Burning Head for Overcast. Counting as Nurgle, is that a thing? No, Maneater. I think if Maneater was smart, you could take advantage of the fact that Kugath is really slow.
My delights are too
That's sort of where my mind goes to.
I serve no master.
I wonder if it'd be better just to siege. Nah, I feel like taking the battle outside is better. So they've taken a blue horror, so let's retreat. I think we have enough movement to do it a couple times. So they didn't steal one this time. Big brain play. So if Slaanesh steal your unit, just attack them again. It's a little cheeky trick you can do. If they steal one, the seduction, the game counts it as already consumed. They don't try and do it again. I don't know why, but the game like carries it over to the next fight, thinking they've already seduced you, but they haven't. I think Warcraft will never RTS again outside of remastering. I mean, Warcraft 3 is goated though, lucky. I played it fairly recently. So much fun. Yo, Divine Solace, I'm doing well. How are you, matey? Hope you're doing wonderful. One of the reasons why attacking this chick is always a really good idea is because if I can get spells on them coming into the battlefield, the value increases so much. Like, depending on where they're coming in, I could do a overcasted Searing Doom and things. Blizzard to sublicense Warcraft to Total War. Wasn't there a deal? Warhammer 1 could have been that, by the way. If I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm completely chatting rubbish here, but if I'm not mistaken, there was, like, discussions to make a Blizzard Total War out of Warcraft instead of Warhammer. Like, I'm fairly certain that was on the cards at some point. Wow, the barrier is the same. You have the same amount of barrier for a low health? That's crazy if true. I feel like when we get into the battle, it'll reflect normally, but that would be wild if so. Wasn't it StarCraft that should have been a 40k game? You might be right. I just remember there was something that, like, a game was going to become something Warcrafty. Or 40k. Ah, yeah, you're right. It's a tooltip bug, Paven. When you're right, bud. Yeah, rain time, how you doing, handsome? What am I doing? This is Heresy. I'm saying hello to these wonderful folks. Or do you more mean that I'm not playing a good faction, I'm playing evil? That would work too. Oh, there's rumor that StarCraft 2 was supposed to be Warhammer, but there's nothing in the rooms. Ah, okay. Hey, Cassaros, because you're handsome. Rock Risen was supposed to be a Warhammer game. Oh, I think that's what I'm all about. Yep. I think that's what I'm thinking. I should have the cast of Burning Head, yep. Yo, Monster Chief, how are you doing, handsome? Good to see you, buddy. Isn't selling your IPs? Oh, I mean, yeah. Take anything that Blizzard have done. Their practices in business has never been good. I mean, if you take, like, how Activision did stuff as well. Yeah, I wouldn't trust Blizzard to do anything morally good. They just have to appease stakeholders too much. Like, deadass, when Vanilla WoW came out, it was built off of passion and love for the game. Straight up, it was just nothing but passion and love for the game. And then as obviously it became it blew up because of that. And they lost that over time. Like, I remember playing World of Warcraft and, like, Wrath of the Lich King, seeing a game master and thought it was, like, the most amazing thing since sliced bread. And then now, if you want to get a hold of a game master, you'd probably be spat on. You'd be spat on for asking them. Yeah, completely spat on for inconveniencing them. She should crumble, so I don't need to worry about shooting again. Right, let's lock in. Let's get a cast through here. Please don't go through my spells. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful cast. Oh my goodness. Orgasmic. Oh, I gotta change the pants after this fight. Guys, remember to change the pants after this fight. Jesus Christ. 32k, 33k damage. 34. Yeah, that's a pants change angle. That is a pants change angle. Jesus. I mean, that could have been really bad, I'm not gonna lie. That could have been horrendous. It could have cast into my entire troops and I just lost the fight from there. It could have been terrible, but in fact it was not. Right, let's reposition these guys so we can get better shots. Amulos bonus already, Jesus. Not bad, boys, not bad. Just like a couple casts. Dear God. 2.3k, 2.4k value from spells alone. Heroic victory, we'll take that. God damn. Can I borrow some of that luck? It's all skill. But I'd rather be lucky than good. Emma Frost can... okay, we won't read that takeover. That's a bonk for sure. Flaming Head single-handed won the fight. Yeah, it turned the tide for sure. Carrying Marvel Rivals is just the IPO mainly. I saw a character recently in Marvel Rivals that was being released, and I have never seen bigger boobs in my life. It's quite amazing. Like, I feel like when they're making female characters, they like deadass use like 90% of the budget just to make them massive cojones, and then the rest of it is just sort of whatever. But you know, they know what people want. They know what people want. And if we've learned that about any other female character, super boober, pretty much. Right, what spells am I using mainly, guys? Holy mo, that's a really good passive ability. Oh, Life Blooming Exorcism, Middle Shifting, Rolling Skies. Wild Heart, Passive Smoke, Kindle Flame. Ah, damn, that's insane. Level 14 when we're going to get that. We're already getting these. Spell Intensity, 20% when it does 20% damage. Mental, mate. Absolutely mental. So they didn't seduce any units, so let's go in. I think one of the things that you've got to be really conscious of when it comes to burning heads in that situation, go to the doctor if you're experiencing burning head. But the other thing is terrain really matters. If you cast a burning head on elevated terrain, it'll go left. So that could have been disastrous, but we checked the terrain enough to know. We checked it enough. Yeah, Kajome lad, what's a dub? Kajome's is test. Wait, is somebody named Kajome's or something? Jorah, is Jorah in the chat? I've got an interesting question for Jorah if he is. I have an interesting question. I would love to hear his opinion. Because he is the man. He is the biggest simp for Katarina in the game. So I think if he's here, he would be the best person to answer. That guy loves Katarina. Am I paying the beta AI? I am indeed. I am indeed playing the beta AI. Let's check them over here. It's usually the best to approach it from this side because you don't really get shot at by that many towers. Looks like they're not trying to defend the walls either. I guess they're really outnumbered. They're incredibly outnumbered, so I guess it makes sense. If anyone's sitting on a barricade, I can use this on them. No, not these guys. Let's have a look.
On the way.
It would be a bounce situation. So I'll cast it here and get a bounce. Yep, double hit. Love to see that. So we've got Wand of Whimsy doing a bit of that and decreasing cooldown. That's quite nice. Wait, I just took their entire health bar away. That's kind of savage, I won't lie. So we do have Potion of Foolhardiness, which can be clutch, but we don't really need it per se. Let's move up. And let's start trying to take this down. I'm going to avoid going on ladders because I think it'll be better. If I go on the ladders, I think it'll screw me a little bit. I'm going to want to look to bounce this off the walls again. So this should bounce off the walls and hit him again. Yeah, beautiful. You'd love to see it. Have many of you guys played the AI the beta? We are on the public beta at the moment. Have many of y'all played the beta? If so, what's your thoughts? Has the AI improved? Is it good or is it bad? Might as well be shaming my ancestors, you already know. I used to play League of Legends. Yes, I was a professional League of Legends player when I was younger in Season 3 and 4. Why, what's up, Kremlin? What it do, baby, what it do? AI is too passive. It does seem that way. In these sieges, you can see they're not really doing anything. They're just sort of chilling. I'm bothered with the beta, too stuck on SFO. Makes sense. Trying to reach Masters before season ends. Who are you playing? Who are you playing and what are you playing, lad? Because I was the same, but I kind of gave up. I got to D1 and then couldn't be bothered. Oh, I was a semi-pro, well, professional ADC player. I would bid off Kai'Sa. Unless you're playing the Chinese AP build in very specific matchups. Alright, let's see when we can break through. It's going to take us a little bit of time to break through, but that'll be fine. Once we do, we'll do it. The LoL stream was pretty fun to watch. Thank you, Dolphats. Appreciate that. He was an ADC. Honestly, if you play AD carry, you're a Chad. You got the AD build. What, do you do the crit build? Because you can do the crit build against stuff like Ezreal's, because obviously Kai'Sa counters Ezreal. Right. Just going to try and whittle them down here, folks. Just trying to get myself inside the settlement, but I have tons of wings magic that I might as well get through. If I'm not mistaken, they'll easily run away from this one. Same with the spell. Like, they'll run away from this 100%. They always used to. Have they made the AI dumber? Like, I don't want to be that guy, but. And they're not on the tower, so I can't do anything there. Let's have a flyover. Hit him with some overcasts. Ooh, interesting. I could have angled that better. That was my bad. Just around 70% right now, so I think she's the best. I mean, it's the thing with Tristana, if she free scales, you have such insane range that you can carry most fights. It's the reason why. Let's lock in. Right. So we're slowing it down now. Let's have a little see how we can do this one. So I'm going to start filtering my units inside the settlement. Let's do that. Hey, Chameleon, what's up, dude? I like the anti-player bears and bigger empires in the beta, but it's not aggressive enough. I agree. Like, if you go back to playing Norsca in Warhammer 2, so fun fact about me, guys, if you didn't know, I started getting traction within the Total War category by doing a no-loss Norsca campaign in Warhammer 2, and it was one of the challengingest, most torturous campaign I've ever done to this date, and it took me over 100 hours to complete. But it was how I kind of got noticed a little bit. I probably averaged like 40 viewers maybe before then, and it's what pushed me to get partner on Twitch anyway. I wish they allowed you to multicast sooner. I feel like if I was able to multicast sooner, it'd have been big. It'd have been so much more bog. But I agree in that the AI is far too passive. From everything I've seen thus far, the AI is really passive, man. Like, they're just letting me murder them with spells. Like, straight up, I can just murder them all with spells. And they're able to let me get set up as well. Which I would not normally expect. That'll make them rout most likely.
We went there. Follow.
Do you guys think there's any campaign that is similar to the Warhammer 2 feeling? I do think that Warhammer 3 caters more towards newer players, though. I said this last stream. I feel like they've done a very good job of making the game more playable for newer players. And it was very clear that was one of their objectives, and they did a good job with it. But like hardcore players like myself, I have a hard time finding something very challenging. Not because I'm insanely good at the game, because just the game in general has gotten a bit easier. I think everyone probably could agree to that. Probably another one of these bad boys. That will kill probably all like 40 of them. Yep, killed a lot. Should probably keep moving around, to be honest. We shouldn't be too far away from winning this either. Let me get Kairos charging in. I don't... yeah, he has Terror, so... we can Terror at him there. We'll deal with those over there in this bit. Go. I love the animation of the Arcane Surge. It looks sick. Here we go. Should have been a Thunderbolt. That's fine. I guess they're pretty spread, so it doesn't matter too much. I mean, Amos bonus will be kicking in fairly soon. I'd be very surprised if Amos bonus doesn't kick in soon. I mean, unless I haven't seen too many of their units, but it's getting close now. My Plumdar is tingling. A Vampire Coast stream? I'd be game for it. I just think what I'm trying to do is like play the new stuff. Because, you know, oftentimes in the stream, folks always ask me about certain campaigns, and with all the stuff that's new, I want to make sure that I'm up to date with knowledge. which is typically why I play the things that have changed first, and then branch out to different stuff, if that makes sense. Just so I know what I'm doing. Should be more difficulty in Legendary. I can make a new harder difficulty. Well, there was a mod that made it so it was like playing 5 Legendary campaigns at once. It was Grackle that did it. Really nice guy. I really like Grackle. Really nice guy. And he made that mod for me. And even then, it wasn't... Like, it was doable. Which is crazy to think about. So for context, the AI got 5 times the cheats in battle and everything. And it was still somewhat playable. Whereas if you did that in Warhammer 2, it'd be like 10 to 15 times X difficulty. And even already, the way the AI played was very good. But I should probably do another one of them soon. I should probably do another one of those challenges again. I actually really enjoyed that last time we did it. Nice to have those bones kicking in. Not bad. Very minimal casualties on that one. Very minimal. Do you enjoy the Only War mod? Just for a bit of spice? Nice. You think the AI changes that are coming will change much? Not unless they fix the core of the problem with them being too passive. Like, they have to make the AI be more aggressive. Quite simply. Like, I'm not sure about you guys, but I would rather the AI unga bunga fight me than do nothing. Like, I would rather them, like, fight to the very last man, doing everything they possibly can to try and kill me, over just being very passive. Because if I'm honest, what killed my momentum, in a lot of ways, was the... Do you guys remember the This is Total War, no loss Draxuith campaign I was doing? Also, Protect Salad, hope you're doing wonderful, man. Do you remember that campaign I was doing? That one, I generally didn't really feel that was that hard. Mainly because Draxuith is insane. Draxuith is so goddamn good if you use him to his utmost.
Eternals.
He's so powerful. There are very few factions that are as good as Draxuith. Early game anyway. Because you've got so many good units to begin with. And I believe the Aspiring Champion Severed Claw is still the best unit in the game. I don't think there's many things very close to that. I feel like if they balanced the game for you to have a challenge, I'd lose on easy. I think I've just played so much, and I've learned so much by just being around people. Like, generally, my skill level has increased by having you guys in the chat. Some of you guys just say the dumbest of things, but others, sometimes, you guys say some really smart stuff. Like, it was, I can't remember if it was Dizzy or Mons Chief, it was one of them, that I hadn't played a Kislev campaign in ages. Literally such a long time. And one of them was like, oh yeah, just attack the Kislev faction next to you. I was in minus devotion for like 30, 40 turns because of that. And they laughed, they were like Pepe laughing in the chat. And they were like, Battlesey, why did you do that? You're so dumb. It's like, you literally told me to. You literally said to do it. I'm just listening to the chat. Ever since then, I very rarely listen to the chat. I don't think I need a secondary army up too much. Massive vulnerability. Pinkerton, because that is not a good thing. Respect women. I mean, isn't there like really, really silly Steam games where you can like be a womanizer or something like that? I think I watched Tyler 1 like 5 years ago play it. Very amusing. Right, one more turn until we can upgrade that one. I don't think this is worth me doing it just yet. Oh, it's been changed. It's now a control replacement. Oh, okay, nice. I guess it makes sense, because the more corruption you'd have, the more it'd be bad. I just feel like it sucks just taking these settlements. It really does. It's like so free that Maybe I should start trying to deal with Kairos here. Typically, the Sorcerer Lords are way better. And Metal Magic is better early game. Tzeentch Magic is better late game. Is the TLDR of it. Scaled Skin will be probably pretty good against High Elves. Alright, we'll recruit this guy.
For the great conspirator.
Let's get a secondary army running. Kairos doesn't really need it. And we potentially can get both and then move towards it. Move towards Teclis. But now we haven't confederated any of the Tzeentchian boys. Mainly because the guy on my left is not being battered by Oxyotl yet. Once he gets battered by Oxyotl, I'm sure he will.
Can I provide you?
Yeah, Oxyotl's not fighting him yet. Once he does, I will be able to get a confederation of his main settlement. Just trying to think if there's anything else I can do. I don't think there's many folks that even remotely like me, and you can't really blame them either.
Return to your drive.
If I could vassalize, I would.
Pursuit of knowledge, Raven slave.
Ooh. Ah. Is it worth giving me his entire province and making him a vassal and then turning my sights to Teclis? It probably is, you know. Guys, what do you think? Is this a good idea? I feel like this is a really good idea because it'll allow me to stop Teclis. I'm going to do it next turn so I can get one turn of recruitment first, though. But that's probably a good idea.
I know all fates.
Manufacturing vassals are useless. It's more the opportunity cost. I'm going to be the nerd here. It is the opportunity cost that I'm losing by trying to fight them. As I can fight and kill other things that are better, otherwise. And plus taking that settlement won't do much anyway. It'll take too long to become useful. You can take one of each, so you can FT lots of single entities and get rid of blobs. Yeah, not bad, not bad. The War Shrine, Tzeentch War Shrine is really good. God, I didn't think I'd use the word opportunity cost today. It's almost like I'm running like some really crappy money scheme thing that like these really hyper successful 20-year-olds are trying to sell courses for. But yeah, it's the opportunity cost. Like, I don't think it's worth my time fighting them.
Master,
especially when I've got Ultimate Crisis
a
coming in soon.
paradox.
So if you guys don't know, I'm on the new beta AI, and the Ultimate Crisis will be kicking in fairly soon. So this is the reason why I'm trying to...
Fates cry out for
It's the reason why I'm trying to do this. So I did get a recruitment.
I shall consult the fates.
Right, let's see if I can actually do it now.
No soul.
So
in
trade,
all
vassal.
history
It's such a
has
shame because I'm so
suffered as
close
you
just
will.
normally. I wonder if killing these... Maybe taking more? Because it'd be nice not to give the settlements, but equally if I don't give the settlements, then I feel like this faction... Ooh, 6.2k is pretty good, though. I feel like this is a good idea. So I'm going to do it. I haven't done this before, but I feel like it's a good idea. 219 is not bad at all.
BTLC lurk.
Yo, Keller, how are we doing, your handsome bugger? Thanks for the 37 months. My goodness. Good to see you, mate. You're a Skyer campaign? Nice, potato. You can't go wrong with a an Icket campaign. You really can't. Okay, let's start recruiting some more units and then come kill Teclis, as he's the one that needs to die here. Second I take out Teclis, we're chilling. Now here I could go to the infrastructure building, because it'd give me more model units, but I still don't think it's the right play. I do think this is a good idea. I'm not gonna lie. Because it'll take me what? How many turns will it take me? It'll take me 1, 2, 3. I think you can attack it straight away. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 turns roughly to get to Teclis. That's too late. Whereas vassalizing, I get another 219 per turn. It's the reason why I'm not in minus income. And if I build an outpost here, I get access to actually some pretty goddamn good units. Exalted Demoness Tzeentch. Forsaken of Slaanesh, Spawn, Chaos Warriors of Slaanesh. Dude, yes please. Absolutely, boys. And then we chuck in a couple pinks and we're golden. One of the biggest things you got to remember against Techless is a war of attrition. It is quite literally a war of attrition in that you throw crap at crap. Like, you just throw loads of blues at them until they die. Because I can easily out-attrition him. Get an orc revamp? No, we haven't, lad. Would we stop control? It could be a drive-by kill to enable Kairos getting some experience. But it would delay our ability to go and attack. So I'll do this. I don't think they'll siege straight away. So it shouldn't impact my recruitment ability. I don't have a big enough army just yet to attack myself. Isn't this battle against yourself? Yeah. It's such a cool battle, to be honest. Chaos Warriors time to check the Lizard and Elves. Yes, I do agree. It's why I want to start throwing in some of the Chaos Warriors here. Once the outpost is built. What I'm going to try and do is make him go at war with Techless, and then it'll allow me to get loads of quests from him. It's cool that Daniel has the where my cult is. So we'll get to see what Daniel does. I wonder if eventually, like, the name Daniel will die out because nobody knows what I'm on about. Like, so many new players will come to the game, and that the name Daniel for the Demons of Chaos will just no longer exist. And old-timers like myself would eventually, you know, alienate ourselves by calling it Daniel. But it literally was. On the day of release, I think they called the General Daniel on, like, a Total War video or something. And we've all, and ever since then, it's just been like, yeah, it makes sense. It's definitely a Daniel. Daniel will never die, hopefully. Daniel is eternal. Should be, you think. Alright, looks like a fairly strong garrison.
A change of scene.
I don't know if they're actually going to attack me.
Receive charge, boundless knowledge.
Yeah, leaving for a port will help more. Alright, let's see what my vassal does. Do you guys think the vassal's going to do nothing and sit there the entire game? Probably, to be honest. I think the odds of them not doing that is probably pretty slim. If they don't do that, I will be very surprised. Yeah, it'd be the summoning of ritual. Ritual summoning. To move over here, but I don't want to just yet. They might do something? Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Herald of change.
I don't want to move just yet. I want to go kill Techless first. An ultimate crisis is going to happen, but I can use Force Peace. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like I can Force Peace on some of them. Which would be big brain gaming. That would be the 5D chess we're talking about. And Chameleon Pete, do you like Lizardman? Also, guys, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to show you guys. I recently started playing the Pokemon TCG. And here's my deck. It is the basic Charizard deck. Let's get it. Could have been the best campaign. He needed a proper tech tree and skills. I understand why they did what they did, but they took away so much of a core of Total War that it ruined it. I think it was a fantastic idea, but poor execution is how I looked at it. It's how I personally viewed the Daniel.
Tzeentch bestows the glorious burden of knowledge.
Pretty impressive deck, what can I say, bud? And it's a pretty trash deck in the meta. But thank you nonetheless. Let me move right here. Have they fixed this, by the way? I feel like I saw a video fairly recently that they fixed the movement here. It depends where he is. Where is Teclis? So 14. He's actually in his capital then.
Change in tact.
Is this a cheeky fight angle and win? Holy man, it's a good. It's actually a good military building. It's a good garrison.
Fly the
Rebellion.
Raven's banner.
Do you guys know? Oh, it's such a really interesting fact. Let's see if anyone in the chat knows. Do you guys know why the military, the rebellion is strong, and it's not a really default crappy rebellion? I'm pretty sure Idle will know. What is the reason? Why is it that the rebellion is stronger than usual? The rebellion, yeah. Why is the rebellion quite strong? What is the reason it does that? Player bias would be an interesting one. Would I want to change this at all? Against high elves, would I need a change? I feel like Burning Head goes pretty hard. Which rebellion? This one over here, handsome.
Humble yourself, apostate.
But yeah, there's layers to it. Peyton and Idle are both right. It is the military buildings inside of the settlement that dictates the rebellions. So let's say I had more advanced military and basic military buildings, the rebellion becomes stronger. They get more unit ranks and the tiers of the units becomes better. F5? Where was I? I know F5. I've let you down. I let you down, bud. I am not worthy of your primes anymore, F5, I'll be honest. I let the side down. The fact that you always gave me your primes every single month was incredible. But I had a serious case of life. But I'm back now. I should be streaming back properly. I mean, if it's any consolation, F5, I have started collecting Pokemon cards. You know, I've started collecting Pokemon cards, so maybe that's your thing, and it recovers it. Happy to see me again. Thanks, F5. Appreciate you, buddy. Yes. All right, let's have a look here. So this is going to be a case of just utilizing spell. I will be the greatest wizard of all. Yeah. So now my Fire Mage is irrelevant because I have I've got Burning Head now. I could sit here and just like duke all the spells, but I'm not gonna. Let me go over here. All right, chill out, guys. The tree should save me though. Trying to get in an angle where I can get the most amount of damage. That seems pretty good. Okay, we'll take that. Let's let the barrier come up, as we did take a little bit of damage. Happy to see you. Lima, you absolute cutie pie. Likewise to you, bud. Right back at you, pal. With wholesome hunk energy like that, it's always welcome. As truly, one of the reasons why I love streaming so much is that the community we have in this stream, everyone's such a legend. We, like, from a perspective of like me having to ban somebody, I've probably banned like in 3-4 years like 5 to 10 people, probably less to be honest. Everyone's really chill. But that's not a competition, by the way. That is not a competition. I've just realized in hindsight that like it's like, well, I'll show you, Battlesey. I'm the biggest asshole here. I'm gonna be banned. No, not what I was looking for. Not what I was looking for there. Not what I was looking for. I know how to win this. No, there's no winning. Alright, let's cast. It's just the mages that I need to worry about. The range, sorry. We'll sponge that, that's fine. Cast the magic. Deal? I love that deal amount. I goddamn love that deal amount. Ah, beautiful. This is the reason why Kairos Fate Leader is insane. Because he's got the amplification and he's got Kindle Brand as well. Kindle Flame, excuse me. So he does so much damage. We'll recover the barrier and do the same thing again. In fairness. Yeah, I honestly can wait to pitch. I think the AI is stugging a bit. Oh, they baited me, man. Run back to the trees to avoid the fireball. Bada bing, bada boom. It's just crazy that I'm just killing his entire army before it gets a chance to do anything. It's like, I want to play the game. Not allowed. How dare you think of such a thing? But in fairness, low-key, his entire backline has better range than my entire units. This is single cast angle. Single cast because it reduces leadership by 9, so it should ramp them. I don't need to do damage with the overcast, so it's a waste of spells. Waste of magic, excuse me. Let's reposition. Right. What is your guys' favorite campaign currently? I imagine it's changed. I feel like Tzeentch and Kislev are now starting to get to the point where, with the love that they've had, no Falafel ever played, he can solo everybody. Yep, he's insane now. I mean, he always used to be really strong, but even more so now, being able to swap and interchange between magic. Having the ability to interchange between magic schools now is just bonkers. Like, imagine I had regrowth right here. Ikit, Draz's belly. Yeah, honestly, Draz is one of my faves. I get, sorry, let me check. Do I get healing? No. So I don't have life bloom just yet. That's fine. Marathi and Malachi? That is such a, like, mixed match. They are very unlike. They're almost the complete bipolar opposites of each other. A squishy mage fighter and a engineer guy. That's pretty sick, though. I think for myself, if we're talking about peak gameplay, if we're talking about, like, you will have fun, Drazowith is a lot of fun. I'll admit, Drazowith is a lot of fun. But then again, I feel like every faction has their own things that makes them fun. Marathi squishy, we're talking about the same Marathi here. Early game Marathi is hella squishy. Yeah, I was going to say, at the start, early game, she's like insanely squishy. Arcane's most chill. I feel like people really underestimate how powerful Arcane is. Like, Archeon is an absolute Giga Chad in lore. Like, we're talking major Giga Chad levels. It doesn't really reflect that much inside of the game. He's still a Giga Chad, but nowhere near the kind of level of Chad we'd expect.
Servant of the wind.
Alright, tier 3's coming in. Nice. The growth we're getting here is such a nice province. I mean, gold is good for the Grimoires, but I don't really care too much. How much money? 221, that's not bad. I'm interested to see what they do with the settlement that they're defending.
Even the Lawmaster could not.
I think I will have access to mortal units, yeah, so that'll be the good front line now. Because the normal minor settlements, I believe, always will have mortal units you can recruit. But I am, what level away? Level 15 away from getting regrowth, so... level 15, I think Kairos genuinely will be able to solo every army. I'm going to need to make sure that I walk around with the Arcane Conduit. Or, excuse me, Channeling. I don't really think I should upgrade everything else. Tomb Kings are bad? I wouldn't say Tomb Kings are bad, it's just they're very basic to play. I think there's not a lot of spice to Tomb Kings, but their roster is good. It's just they are very weird to play for the most part. Because there's no other faction in the game that your best turn 1 is to sit in your settlement and recruit globally and locally. Just because of the fact that you need to You need to get yourself a casket. Some factions do their stuff better. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm definitely not disagreeing with that. But with their tier 2 changes, it's a lot better. Like Arkham the Black, for example, is a fantastic example of snowballing as a Tomb King. Double army to start with, plus you have insanely good crypt ghouls and doggos and black bats and stuff. Yeah, really, really nice. Well, let's go with the shoots arrows from the shades, or just massive arrows into the badges. There's a whole thing of like magic. Magic do be pretty fun. Yeah, it's new ascendant of Nurgle, that's fine. I shouldn't need to worry too much. We were expecting this, so we can just easily go with this bad boy.
Name.
We will move over and meet Kairos. Oh. Oh. So Tzeentch has hit me with an Archeo out of nowhere. Let me check one thing. I can guarantee this guy will have a quest to fight him. I knew it. Boom. Let's grab that quest. Yo, something how we doing, man? How the turntables indeed. I'm not too worried. Yeah, I'm not too worried, boys. My army's not full strength, but let me check if I need anything else. Would I ever utilize... No, it'd be this if I was going to do something. Would I ever want to silence him? But losing Burning Head would be brutal. I don't think Spirit Leech would ever be worth it. I don't think I'm going to use this. I think it's the best option I have, though. Unless I were to use Fire's Protection on myself. Just trying to think what else I would do. Because I don't think he's on a mount, is he?
No.
If he was mounted, then it'd be better to have Bloody Fire of Tzeentch. I think I'm going to use the Spirit Leech. I think Spirit Leech is a good idea. It's a shame I don't have Staff of Tomorrow, but I just don't have a good enough army to do that. Right, let's hit a save. I can kill his entire front line with just magic alone, so I should be okay. It's just a shame I have no way of healing too much. But something. Hope you're doing well, my man. Good to see you as always. It's been a minute indeed. The better brother? Tzeentch is a bit of a nerd. He's got very brittle bones. He'll be a bit of a pushover, don't worry, boys. Long time no see. Likewise, my man. Long time no see indeed. I haven't probably streamed in a long time. Alright. I think the only thing that's going to be scary is the Phoenix, to be honest. The only thing that I don't have a really easily defined answer to is the Phoenix. I mean, technically I should have the ability to take elevation here. But I don't know to the extent of how well it will be. And the logic behind wanting the elevation is purely based on the fact that I will be able to fight inside of the blobs. And I can take advantage of the fact that I have elevation over them. Saying that, I believe Tzeentch doesn't have much winds of magic. Actually, a lot of resistances to magic. Not too worried about the bolts. I feel like there is a way to evade the burning fireballs. Okay, that's kind of savage. Okay, it's that. They're testing it like that. That's not a problem. Okay, we'll do that and run back. Oh, they're single-shotting it now. Gotta run. Okay, that is slightly annoying. But it just means that my cultists will have more value running up. Let's reposition the back line. Where are they shooting now? Are they shooting like cavalry? Yeah, they are. Let's position back. Gotta be really careful. Looking at their army, it's a shame that the Rangers are... Alright, they're lagging it, okay. We are on a mount, right? Yeah, okay. I mean, if we lock in a little bit, it should be okay. I think because it's elevated to the, like, upwards, I think the cast will slowly move left. So we kind of compensated a little bit by ensuring that we casted it a little bit closer to us to ensure that we kept hitting everything. There we go. They did a good job of evading that, so we might be in a little bit of trouble here. Thankfully it's Rangers, so we can crush a ton of them to begin with. Tzeentch has regrowth, so I'm going to more focus on killing their... Yeah, I want to definitely focus more on killing their inventory. Will have a lot more value for me. Move these guys to the side. Probably going to be doing okay fighting that. We really need to move you up. We'll need to pull you out in a second, but a cheeky little thunderbolt to deal with that. Gonna have to keep mobile because of the fact that the bolts are gonna screw us over, so I'm actually gonna try and get my random garrison bats, or furies, excuse me, over there. Just as a bit of a disruptor, that's gonna help a lot. Sword Masters opposed, taking a lot of damage, they've got no shields. Just sort of allowing them to walk into me a little bit here. Not too fussed. It's just going to be a bit of the disruption that I'm looking for. It's not to kill them, it's to disrupt. Okay, the fight is getting a bit chaotic, so let's start throwing the Spirit Leeches out. And we're going to look for some Spirit Bolts. The bolts again, excuse me. Actually saying that, that's too juicy of a burning head. Let's cast that. That's another one of these. I'm going to look to land most likely on the Phoenix. So let's go ahead and start landing because my cavalry will be able to support a lot there. Yep.
Chaos Knights of Tzeentch! For chaos!
Beautiful. Alright, space forward again. That's exactly what we were looking for. We just wanted the cavalry. Yeah, we're carrying him, buddy. We wanted to make sure that we could bait the Phoenix out a little bit there. I'm going to throw a Spirit's Leech. It's going to be definitely worth it. Let's get a cheeky Thunderbolt this side. Tzeentch is going to have to really push up to start protecting his Phoenix here, so as long as I pay close attention to that, I think it's going to be okay. Logically, what I should do is reposition the line here. Pull back units that are going to be killed. And then take advantage of the tempo I've generated in the fight thus far. I think a just single cast here would be useful. How's characters feel with the update? Amazing. Nice, managed to retreat. Having the ability to swap out your magic is really nice. God, I have so much access to one's magic, it's crazy. And we're keeping the Phoenix involved in combat, which is good. We really don't want to let up at all. Gotta keep up the pressure. Rangers are not the best in melee as well, so I'm fine just chasing a little bit. Just gonna reposition the line. They're gonna be fine now, so let's do the same over this side. As long as we're positioning ourselves for the most, like, I guess, optimal situation, we're fine. And we're pressuring Tzeentch so we can't move towards the regrowth on the Phoenix here. As a regrowth on the Phoenix here would be a pretty devastating move. So as long as I'm putting troops over by them, we'll keep running away from these. We should be okay. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move my cavalry more towards to be central here, so I can get more entities attacking it. Because you saw only a few of them were attacking at once there. Now we should have the whole squad doing it. Nice, Amos bonus. If a regrowth came down on the Phoenix, I'm not even joking, that alone would have given so much balance of power. So it's a good job we try to shut that down where possible. I'm going to chase Teclis down here because he's literally a one-man army for the most part. It's just the fact that he's got 15 armor, man. 15 armor is so low. He is not a durable lord at all. Alright, chuck another Spirit Leech down and Bob's Drunkle. Teclis is dead. The hero's hopefully going to be dead soon. But, guys, happy Easter. How's everyone doing? Hey, how's everyone doing? Are you guys having a good Easter? And she becomes fight 5 dragons in melee and win while AoE killing an enemy late game. Yeah, she is very strong late game, I think that's for sure. Is it criminal that I haven't eaten any chocolate and it's Easter? Getting ready for your job? Oh, fair play. But no, he feels like Garrus in general feels very strong. Maybe I should buy some chocolate. I'd have to order chocolate to my house because I very rarely eat chocolate for the most part. It's because I'm sweet enough. God, I overuse that joke. I'll be honest. I was at a friend's house fairly recently, and they were making me a cup of tea. And they were like, "Do you take sugar?" I was like, "No, I'm sweet enough." It did not go down well. It's like, for God's sake, this guy. Yes, I'm just as annoying in person for the most part. I thought it was going to hit. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing worse when you think a joke's going to hit, it just doesn't. And you're just sitting there, like, questioning life choices. You know? Similar vibe. Similar vibe for sure. Alright. Level 15 and we're going to have some fun times. Yeah, it's going to be this one. Double into here. Gaze of Fate's not going to do too much. I don't need to make something stationary just yet. Going to go Magical Reserves to increase our total Winds of Magics. Killing Teclis is huge as well. Got to take Fortress to the Dawn. Shouldn't be too difficult to do.
We witnessed eternity.
Rumors that the gameplay is pre-recorded, imagine. I mean, in fairness, I do have certain campaigns where nothing goes wrong and it is literally so perfect. But equally, I have campaigns where everything goes wrong, you know?
Forging into the unknown.
The movement consumption here is going to be savage. Plus, I think he can attack me if I leave
Far
it there.
beneath an archmage.
I know.
Let's just take the let's take the province. I feel like my replenishment's pretty damn good, so I don't have to worry too much. But then again, I don't have. I don't have much corruption here. I actually think it's probably worthwhile upgrading these. What's the fur give you? Yeah, I think all luxury resources give you grimoires.
Keeper of the Destiny Scroll.
So killing Teclis gave me quite a lot of these points. I think it's just Chaos Warriors now. And that right there is why it was so critical to vassalize them.
It pleases the prince. An irresistible.
They're going to do nothing, but I'm going to use their troops better than they will.
It shall be.
I think it's going to be a case of getting rid of these guys to BH.
You disappoint.
I don't see the value in keeping them. And I'll upgrade this as well. So my main province is actually becoming quite strong. Oh, Forbidden Rod is huge. It was absolute memes on my very first campaign where I played. Who was it called again? Yeah, my very first Ikari campaign. The very first battle I ever did, I got the Forbidden Rod straight away. And I was like, that checks out for Tzeentch. That definitely checks out for Tzeentch. Right, if we have a look. Yeah, we're going to need to take the Fortress of the Dawn and then we're chilling. We're going to be getting... what we call it? Kicking off soon. Hey, Jota, good to see you, mate. As Darry can read that book that keeps scrubbing in. Hey, don't knock the Book of Grudges, my friend. Maybe I should enter some tournaments. Friend Heidi, tell what you mean by that. No, it's alright. If you get it, you get it, Dizzy, you know what I mean? If you get it, you get it. We'll leave it there. Someone in, I think it was in the YouTube chat, was asking me to join Turin's tournament, so maybe I should give it a go. But I would need a training partner to get me remotely good again. But what I'll do is, I will need to fill my water up. Wow, he just forced matched into... What is wrong with these guys, man? Right, I'm going to teach him a lesson. Wait, I can't teleport him? Wait. It just consumed my movement! It just ate all of my movement. What? Is that a thing? It literally just ate my entire movement bar, basically. Now I can't attack. I want to ambush him. Nah, I can jog on. One sec. Let me get some water. I need some water after that. That was a classic. Skill issue? Must be, mate, must be. I'm big noob, man. Oh yeah, which one do you want it to be called? Which unit do you want named banned?
Kairos, Fate Weaver.
You okay? Okay. And potato salad, why do you why is metal magic your favorite? For me personally, I think metal magic is only really good early game. I think outside of that, metal magic is trash. It is one of the best level 1 magic schools, but outside of that, it's really not good. Like, it's so good outside of that. Because Final Transmutation has gotten so much worse. Really good spells early game, that's spam the late game. Yeah, makes sense. Alright, let's see if it's in the same thing. I ain't gonna click it anymore. Cool, if I can make it better. True. Hey, Zoroni, good to see you, mate. Wait. They didn't unga bunga run towards me. Well, that's rigged. Oh, backspace. You fool. This is Tzeentch all along. I foresaw your movement. Yeah, Autobot, thanks for the 43 months, dude. Hope you're doing well, my man. Much love to you, my dude. Pretty sure it's Autobot. Autobots roll out. From the good old, one of the wonderful moderators from a Danyan stream. God, a Danyan well and truly got hit with life. So I think he's got 2 kids. So he doesn't stream anymore, which makes sense. But if you think about it, is the streamer, the people that watch the streamer, are you my children technically? If you think about it, maybe. Maybe in some really weird way. I mean, you guys do call me Battlesey quite a lot. Battle Daddy, that too, to be fair. I remember it was when I started wearing like really fancy shirts on Saturdays. That's when it really came about. Right, here we go. I do have the daddy vibe. Are you hitting on me? Autobot, are you hitting on me? Hitting somebody with the daddy vibe? Stop it, you. Jesus, buy me dinner first. What do I mean? Buy me dinner first. I mean, I have been with Meg for 10 years in October, so she probably wouldn't be very happy with this type of conversation. Right. Ow! What a jerk! Well, let's not do that again. I'm gonna move up. 10 years, yeah. I was. I'm not gonna say my age, although you probably, all of you probably know how old I am. I would imagine most of you know how old I am. So I know, like Agent, he doesn't like to say his name. We know in your late 30s, right? Ban that guy in mods. Mods ban him. Early. Okay, this is. I'm just opening myself to ridicule now. Screw all of you. You all suck. Early 50s. Jesus. I mean, it's sometimes a good thing, right? You guys always know how to humble me. If there's a way that you, if there's a way to be humbled, you'll find it. You know? If there's a way to be humbled, y'all will find it. Yeah, this is really not ideal. I need to kill way more of them to be comfortable here. Because right now there's too many range units in this army. The more range they have, the worse it is for me. As range is really challenging to beat. I mean, then again, I could probably just send these lads up and just get shot at. And with the amount of armor they have, they'll be chilling. I'm going for an overcast, to be honest. Definitely feels like I should have overcast to begin with. Me running towards this might push them towards the magic as well, which is a nice thing as well. Here we go. Beautiful. Oh, guys, did any of you guys see the final of our run on Baldur's Gate 3? After 2 years, we managed to finish Baldur's Gate 3 run. And it was, I loved it. Dizzy, you missed out, not gonna lie, but it was a very good one. I like really lent into the RP of being an orc. and kept doing really dumb decisions at the end, and it was very good fun. And the good thing is, having an orc character, you could do really dumb things and just blame it on being an orc. Always good to have a backup excuse, you know. Got a cheeky backup excuse on the go. Wow, I really screwed the pooch on that cast. I'm not gonna lie to you, boys. I really messed that cast up. I really can't wait for regrowth, though. Regrowth is the game changer. As regrowth basically enables you to get away with everything. You can get away with murder with regrowth. Alright, let's put my cabaret now. Go. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be casting with my fire mage, but yeah, let's reposition.
Make claim. We went there.
Here we go. Are you normal marauders? Yeah, you're normal marauders, so I should not be casting into you. If they weren't normal marauders and they were the heavily armored ones like these guys, casting into them is fine. Because they have a lot of armor as is. So you're not going to do a lot of damage to your troops by casting on them. But if they have like really low armor like this, you will devastate them. So it's very subjective to who you can cast on. Well, I'm basically dissecting their army up with like a bit. Holy balls! This is what I mean, man. The Thunderbolt does so much goddamn damage. A lot of armor in here, we can cast on them. Press shift 1 for the item. Let's get the magic up and running. Right, that's Amlos bonus, baby. And the force match, so we're chilling. If I wanted to sit here and really try hard, I could keep casting and healing myself through Life Bloom. Wait, I got a right massive burst of healing then. Hold on. Why did I get a massive burst of healing, but that time I didn't? Maybe it was just like the Life Bloom triggered really quickly or something. Nice. You love to see it, you love. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Kairos is probably one of the most overpowered lords now. Seems that very little can contest with how he plays. Guys, do I order a dessert? Right, get a 1 in the chat if I should order a dessert. Alright, there's a 1 in the chat. Thanks, whoever just typed 1 in the chat. I'll order a dessert then. Good idea. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'll do it then. Good idea. Except for when Tzeentch gets PLC Lord. Yeah, I mean, just see what they do, Funzu. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff they have already. There's a lot of really cool heroes and lords. We're going to replenishment. I deadass think that I healed more than I lost in that fight. But if I share, always. I'll share with the homies. Right for my brain. Yeah, Jareth. It's one of those things that I really hate about Twitch in that ads are so annoying. Like, to put it in perspective, would you, if you join a random stream, same for YouTube, right? If you join a random stream and you get hit with like a 3-minute ad, you'll probably leave because you don't know them. Right? You will probably naturally want to leave that stream, logically. Because you don't have any affiliation to them. You don't know who they are. So you may just leave the stream, right? Which is a perfectly reasonable thing to do.
Is unacceptable.
And here's like the logic. It's like, if you can control when you can run them, then it's not as bad. I wish I didn't have to run them, like completely take them off my channel. I got no idea of it. No, it was more Jareth. I felt like it was good to explain it as well. Because I'll tell you how much I earned from ads. Not last stream, the stream before that one. I made a whopping $1 from ads on Twitch. I made $1. So it's not for the money, I can assure you. It's not for the money. I don't get enough viewers for it to be worth doing. For the most part. Like, whereas if people with like tens of thousands of viewers, my god, from ads, like the majority of their income would be like from ads, 100%. I'm gonna go down here because aren't the Exalted Heroes of Tzeentch insane? I swear they are. I mean, this is pretty good. Income from buildings as well. I swear these are insanely good as well. That's 250 plus 10%. Yeah, that's like, yeah, 275-ish. Go on then. Saying that needs to watch hard event? No, it's nothing to do with that. It's just a weird one. Oh, here we go.
You address a slave and
military access. Sure. Yeah, thanks so much, man. Appreciate it, bud. Knocked you in place. How you doing, bud? Hope you're doing well. Let us go with spreading the cults again. I really like that building. So Ultimate Crisis is going to kick in like 5 to 10 turns now. But you can get 6-minute unskippable ads on YouTube. That'd be hard to believe. I definitely feel like watching content on YouTube is easier, but I feel like the experience is better on Twitch because of the chat and stuff. Hey, Sprout Giant. That's just my personal perspective on it. From what I've experienced myself. As someone that watches on both platforms. Together we do much this time. It's ripe. Yes, yes. Where is he? Isn't he in... Isn't he by this area? Mods today? Nope, no mods. How YouTube doesn't have a category for streamers. Well, I mean, if you think about it this way, YouTube's algorithm is incredible. Whereas Twitch's searchability for new streamers is absolutely atrocious. It's the reason why, if anybody came to me and was like, Battlesey, I want to start YouTube, I want to start making content creation. I want to be a content creator. It's like, that's amazing, dude. Stream on YouTube. As it's just so much better.
Of the destiny.
Wait, where's my movement gone? I think there's something weird about my movement right now. Right, Nashir, you should be fired for abandoning the settlement. I'm not gonna lie, that would be clause to fire. Just straight up just abandoned the settlement, and now they're taking attrition.
It shall be.
Hopefully it doesn't replenish. Barrier delay, barrier replenishment is pretty damn good. Barrier for Lords of Change, not gonna have that anytime soon. I think barriering in general is good. Ooh, I've just hit level 100.
Ascending.
Oh, EO Loki, Tzeentch Firestorm's really good. But it would be regrowth all day, every day. Am I showing both first on YouTube? Yeah, you can. Yeah. I love multicasting.
Eternal.
It means that I can speak to all the handsome hunks in YouTube and Twitch at the same time. And that right there is a pretty significant blessing.
For the Raven God.
Having the capacity of 2 wholesome hunks. 2 platforms of wholesome hunks, should I say. But it's kind of mad how like easy it is to just dominate everything around you.
Stay a while.
I'm probably going to get the Confederation on here, so I'm going to need to stabilize my economy through the tier 1 recruitment buildings. Excuse me, the tier 1 money buildings. And then that'll allow me to sustain a secondary army. Isn't much different from what you touch on the pin. Yeah, everyone has their preferences, right? Wait, Nashia didn't siege me. Oh, because her movement would be scuffed because she went out of a port and now can't go up in through a port. As if you didn't know, there is no disembarkment costs if there's a port there. There is if it isn't. It's like 50% of your movement without a port or something like that. It's the reason why a lot of the time your pathing of your characters will go through a port, even if it doesn't make sense for them to do so. Because it's a lot better. Wow. He went from wanting an aggression to declaring war on me. Now that is Skaven. I like that. Now that was the embodiment of Skaven. And I respect that. Bonus experience. We don't want to mess around with getting our guy killed. No, Jareth, you don't have to pause, man. I mean, for me, it's one of those things where I'm in the blessed position of having a full-time job.
I will so change.
In that I'm not relying on money from the stream, but I focus and care about the viewer experience. Like, I heavily care about the experience people have when they watch the stream, right? And having ads is one way. Getting rid of the elements of that would definitely help. Oh, there's actually more growth on this side of the building, which is good. There's no Lesbian on turn 12? No, there isn't. Nibble, good to see you though. Yeah, it seems Oxshuttle just kind of was taking a bit of a nap, to be honest. And the minor settlement lizards didn't really do much either. Oh, it's this guy over here, isn't it? It's the Skaven over here. I've just remembered. It's a Skaven over here, so I'm actually going to go towards Crocguy then. They won a peace treaty already. They deadass declared war at me, and then next turn they're like, yeah, that wasn't the move. No, that was not the move. That was not the move. I'm going to kill him now. I think I'm going to kill him. I think at this point it's just it's the right thing to do, you know.
Herald of change.
Alright, let's get the money building in here. The beautiful thing about this money building is it's going to pay for itself in 2 turns. So my main province is going to actually start printing out money, which is beautiful. And it'll allow me to have go on a bit of a conquest here. 5-head Skaven. Now that is some gaming by the Skaven, I'll give him that. Not the best gaming I've ever seen in my life, but certainly gaming. Certainly gaming nonetheless. Would I order dessert? We did say I should have ordered dessert, didn't I? Have I eaten too many takeaways recently? Yes, I would say so. Do you know what's my big thing right now? Chai tea. Which is ironic, because it's chai is tea for in India. And English people call it tea. Which is kind of funny if you think about it. Ooh, they do donuts. They do donuts and bubble tea and chai tea. Just tea. God damn it, Zorn. Defined recently? I had it. I'm not gonna say it. It's bad. I'm gonna save face by not saying. Right, let's move over to Skaven. Even if they ambush me, I think we'd win. Because in melee, naturally, we'd win anyway. Oh my god, can I kill him without channeling? No. What is the ambush percentage chance? 40%. They'll have 15, so there's a 25% chance to be ambushed. He has no points in blue. It's all in the red tree, so There's no way I get ambushed, and their army's trash as well, so we're fine. We're absolutely chilling. Beautiful, that's all upgraded, so this province is very quickly going to start making a lot of money. Which is lovely. No real deals to be made. Just shame. I still find it very amusing that they're... Would they give me a settlement?
Only Mimi. What could you?
No, no way near. No way near.
Chaos.
No way near. So they've made a mistake in trying to attack me, for whatever reason. And now I'm going to beat them up. Right, guys. Let's do it. Let's order a chai. Ooh, a pink chai is so good. Alright, screw it. We're ordering some chai tea and having some chocolate as well. Does anyone want a cup of tea? Would anybody here want a tea? I'm ordering it right now if you want a tea. Say in the chat what you want. Ooh, there's donuts as well. I'd go for a cuppa. Jareth, you strike me as a builder's tea man. Am I right? I love a builder's tea. I find it amusing that I can't... Anyone in America, or any American folks, do you know what I mean when I say a builder's tea? Does the terminology make sense? Take a green tea? Very healthy, I respect that. One thing that really amused me was when I... one of my very first jobs... they were... For God's sake, be underweight away. Can I reach your settlement? No. Honestly, to avoid the hassle, it's... Wait, unless I can teleport him. I think I can. Just saw you alive. Wanted to say how valuable your channel is for learning Total War. Yo, Plum, much love to you, buddy. I really appreciate that. It's very kind of you to say. If you have any questions, never hesitate to ask. We really... I understand this game at a very sad level, to be honest. Do you order the tea leaves or an actual hot beverage? Both together. Hot water with the tea in it. I prefer loose teas. Got to be builder's tea? Good lad, good lad, good lad. I thought so. You gave me the vibe. American tea is probably an abomination. Isn't it just pure sugar? No, saying that though, I ordered a iced tea at a restaurant. I ordered an iced tea at a restaurant in America, and it was unsweetened and it tasted disgusting. Who drinks iced tea with no sugar in it? Now that is an abomination. I'd have serious concerns at the mental well-being of a person that consumes that. Toto, you don't understand how to play this game. Okay, what we'll do is, I'll ask you a couple questions if you don't mind, and I will happily help you, my friend, as that's what I like to do. If you start by explaining what's your kind of experience with Total War games, or games akin to Total War, and who have you been playing recently? Because it's always good to start with one faction and learn the game. Learn the core and learn the basis. If you tell me your experience and what you've played thus far, I'll give you a good baseline. Because I have a foolproof mechanism to do well in this game. Foolproof. Would you ever make content creation your full-time job? I did for a little bit of time. I did for about 6 months. But I was offered a job I couldn't refuse, and I'm still in that job. I am paid far too much money to leave the job. I would love to do content creation full-time, but to be transparent, I am not a good enough content creator to make it full-time. And I understand that reality. I'd rather do it as a hobby, as I much prefer that vibe. Then there's no pressure, right? Then there's no pressure on you guys, no pressure on me either. Because it changes the dynamic the second that you do it. The second you are streaming full time, the dynamic's completely shifted. In that I am reliant on people donating, and I don't enjoy that dynamic. Not that it's a wrong thing. Literally nothing wrong with that. It's just me personally. Like how I started to stream to begin with was for the love of the game and just enjoying myself, you know? But having like a dependency on people donating and stuff, I just didn't enjoy that. So I'd rather do it part-time, as it just works better for me. But like I said, there's nothing wrong with doing full-time shooting and things like that. It's just for myself. And I'm hella lazy, to be honest. Low-key, I have tendencies to be hella lazy. There we go. Purple fart value. Pretty solid purple fart value indeed. Always a pleasure. Pleasure, Blackwall. Appreciate that, my man. I goddamn love streaming. Like, dead ass. I think I am such a blessed individual to stream and have folks turn up and hang out. I remember streaming in front of nobody for like 3 months. I kid you not. I think it was about 3 months I would stream to like nobody apart from my friends. And I'll never forget, the very first raid I ever got was from PC Space Goon. I love that guy. A guy called PC Space Goon. Such a gentleman. He raided me for the first time, and I went from like 10 average viewers to like 40. 20 to 40. And it completely... yeah. It helped a lot. It massively helped. These poor buggers are getting crushed. I can't really cast that, but we'll do this. Can I get your friends to show up? Ah, it is what it is sometimes, man. This is like 2019 I started. But I stopped for a while as well, though. Because I streamed 3 Kingdoms to begin with. But even before that, I streamed Hearthstone to begin with. And that's some Battlesey lore. I used to play a ton of Hearthstone because it was the only thing my internet was good enough to run. Fun fact. My internet used to be so bad, I had to stream at like 1,000 kilobits a second, and only Hearthstone didn't look absolutely garbage. So that's why I started streaming. And I remember it because there's a guy called... He's an Aussie. I think his name's Nightmare. And he helped me get Legend with Tempo Rogue, like ages ago. And I've been able to get Legend a couple times since then. And yeah, true, Jeff. Like a lot of your options get taken away from you. So you played Medieval Total War 10 years ago, was super fun, and that's it. I used to play RTS games. What faction, Toto? Have you played many factions? All right, I'm gonna go through. All right, guys, buckle up. We're gonna go through the TLDR of Total War. I'm gonna order my food, and then well, I'm gonna order my drinks because I'm really thirsty, and my chocolate croissant, and then I'll go through a TLDR for you. So bookmark this, boys, if you want straight knowledge, straight to the domium. If you would like nothing but straight knowledge to the dome, buckle up. Let me add a donut. Hold on. I would like a donut. Ooh. A vanilla cream donut sounds so good, no? With strawberries in it? Hell yeah, dude. Alright. Let me take a replenishment. Is that High Elves? I actually don't think High Elves are a good one anymore. But I agree in that they're very safe. Wait, why did he die? I should have ambushed it. God damn it. I should have auto-resolved. Wait, the winter magic in this province will be set to the lowest level upon start? Character experience? But this is trash. Okay. It might be worth getting peace now, actually.
All will bow.
Because I really cannot be bothered with, like, the... 2 incoming. Do you know what? It's funny. It'll be amusing to do nonetheless, so we'll do it anyway. Alright, the Oracle. Okay. So, here we go. Right. So we're talking about Warhammer 3 today, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my TED Talk. Let me increase the thing. So Warhammer 3 is a very complicated game. And there's one very specific reason for that. Is as a mortal faction and as an evil faction, the options you have available to you are vastly dramatically different. If you're playing a... God damn it, Dizzy. If you're playing a faction that is considered defined good, the dynamics change. But some are cross-transferable. For example, you can see here that I have gone into growth on every single building that I have in my main province. Why am I going growth? Well, growth enables me to upgrade my settlements because it allows me to gain population surpluses. The more population surpluses, the higher the tier of the settlement you can build. The higher tier of the settlements you have, the stronger tiers of unit you have available to you. For example, if I were to recruit, let's say, these Chosens of Tzeentch, these halberdiers, a Chosen of Tzeentch would be able to fight probably 3 to 4 armies of marauders, probably up to 5, because their level and their skill and their ability to fight is dramatically different. Now, I'm not going to explain the math behind melee attack and things like that. I'll get that to that later. It gets complicated. But, in general, one thing you want to make sure to do is build up your main capital as much as you can through growth. Don't upgrade the rest of your buildings unless you're in a good situation financially. Typically speaking, you can see, this is turn 15. I think it's a bit of a noob trap to build too many armies. Learn to use more with less. Because what you can do is you can build garrison buildings that enables you to defend settlements with relative ease. Right? Rushing growth is the way it is. It's 100% the way. So you can see here I got 330 growth, which has enabled me to get surpluses pretty much every couple turns, which is huge for this situation in the campaign. So the order of priority always goes like this. Oh, you're only interested in the battles and PvP. Okay, take a step back. No, that's fine. Okay, if we take a step back then, if you're doing PvP specifically, PvP is goddamn difficult in this game, because you know why? There's about 1,000 matchups for everything. For example, it's a rock, paper, scissors situation. If you've played RTSs before, you'll notice the same thing. You've played like Command and Hero, Company of Hero, and things like that. Loads of RTSs that have like a rock, paper, scissors situation. It's a very similar thing inside of Warhammer, in that when you have a specific unit that has been brought, you need a counter to that, or you need a reaction to what that is. If you're playing Domination, it's a little bit different, because typically speaking, going really wide with a lot of units is better than having very consolidated, strong units. But it's very matchup dependent. My suggestion is to play factions that are really good, and there's great content creators like Inticity, Human Boy Yes Yes, Turin, that are very good multiplayer content creators. I am not, like, in my heyday, I was top 3 in the world, but that was a long time ago. That was like 2 years ago. I haven't really played multiplayer since then properly. But this is the complexity of what it can get to for multiplayer, is that you really need to know how to build an army properly. This game, thanks to Turin, that makes sense. You really have to make sure to build your army properly, because without a very good foundation of your army, a good player can only do so much with the resources they have available to them. So you've got to be really careful how you build your compositions. But that's like the foundation of campaign, is growth, finance, and thanks for the follow, buddy. Growth, money, and things like that. In multiplayer, your foundation is understanding your matchups, right? For example, if I am playing a certain faction like the Dwarves, and I'm going against a certain faction like Cathay, right? Very traditional forms of compositions that are created by both. Obviously, Cathay have the option of flying. Dwarves, from a melee perspective, don't. You have flying gyrocopters and stuff like that. But say, for example, a dwarf brings a cannon. Cathay equally can bring something akin to a cannon, but the dwarves, typically speaking, beat the artillery. They do a better artillery job. But it is quite literally a, you take this, I take this. You take this, I take this. And when you start thinking about the matchups like that, it will enable you to understand how it's best to utilize your armies in this situation. And yeah, agreed. I really like Human Boy Yes. He's a great guy. I actually co-hosted with him on a certain tournament, and I really enjoyed it. Like, he has more knowledge than I do in multiplayer, by the way. Right, let me make sure that I'm not fighting on multiple fronts. I'm actually going to try and get peace now, because there's no point in fighting on multiple fronts. I only have one army. Yeah, it was one of the CA ones he did. I remember co-casting on this stream, on the CA stream, and it was good fun. Like, I would define myself more of like a color caster, I think they call it. Like, I don't do play-by-plays, but I can talk about like the kind of matches a little bit. It just depends. How do you know what preparations and what count as what? Just by playing it, really. Like, Human Boy would probably be one of your best ways to learn compositions, like Korak has said. But by understanding what does well against what is the main thing of doing it, because when you're building your army, you should always be thinking about, if I bring this, what's going to happen? If I bring this specific unit, what's the enemy going to do? Right? And then thinking logically like that, always being like, if I bring this, he does this. If he does this, I'll do this, this, and 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 this. And eventually you start getting to massive layers of complexity, because there's so many layers of, like, you know, what ifs. You know, if I bring this, he might bring this. If I bring this, he might bring this. If he brings this, I might bring this. And then it eventually circles back. Like, this is the really funny thing about really high ELO gameplay in general. It's like a similar thing in League of Legends. It's like what works in, like, low ELO. So, like, playing against, like, relatively new players. So if you're going against new players, like, the strategies that work around here kind of, like, is very linear. And then when you start going against, like, harder players, like, when you really try and demonstrate skill, and then it kind of comes back around the higher elo you go and the harder pillars you fight against, it does, like, a full circle. The really dumb stuff that you did against new players that would work, really talented players and really good players wouldn't really think that you do really dumb things, because you're, like, at a high level of gameplay, right? And so it's always that really amusing thing of, like, the layers of complexity of mind games, especially. For example, Lizardman. You can bring in, like, a massive Dreadsaurian. Absolutely unit, super difficult to kill, very expensive, very rarely worth doing. But if the enemy doesn't bring anything to actually kill it, it'll kill the entire thing. It'll win you the game straight up. And that's the thing that's really cool. That's what I've always really enjoyed about the multiplayer scene. Is that you can do very silly things. Why might attack? Yeah, we'll attack the army on the outside, actually. I'm going to throw in you, though. I think having anti-large is going to help a lot. But yeah, it's just through time and experience, really. To be honest, Tota, the more you play, the more you understand what does well against what. I think it's hard to give you a full concluded answer, because, like, if I brought a certain army, it could either do really well or really bad. And obviously the only separation there would be the skill of the players. So to summarize, always be a noob? No. It's understanding the variance in the game and using it to the best advantage. That is the advice. There's a significant amount of variation in a game like Warhammer 3 because of how many units and stuff you have. So leverage your win cons. Right? Leverage your win cons of what may or may not do well. That would be my advice. Okay, so it looks like there's a funnel here, which we'll go towards. Take advantage of the insanely good win cons you have as the factions that you're playing, and abuse that where possible. That is the TLDR. Alright, let's see if I can get a flame storm here. Otherwise, we'll just do a burning head through this. God, I remember Archeon in a settlement with Archeon. I deadass had like 50 bounces off the burning head. So amazing. Oh, hold on. Hold on, guys. My puppy's asking for attention. Yeah, range is not good. No, it's not. Come here, baby. Come on. Everyone say hello to the puppy. Everyone say hello to the puppy. Oh my god, that burning head was pretty good. Not a bad burning head, eh? Freya? Not bad at all. Thank you very much. Right, what do we think of Freya? Freya, lock in. What do you think? Probably over here, right? Flamestorm over there? Do you agree? Looks like you. Sounds like you agree. Very much sounds like you agree with that one. Thank you very much. The Freya's seal of approval, that one. Ah, crap, I'm on the chariot. I'm on the war shrine. Gotta get off that ASAP. It's garbage. That is absolutely atrocious. Let's send you in there. Oh my god, Tzeentch baby, let's get it. Burning head. Let's actually send me in here. I think John. Yeah, look at two. The pink fart, as somebody in the chat called it earlier. Right, let me actually check something. You might be hungry for food. But then again, she always lies. Like, I'm not sure if any of you guys have a dog. But one thing Freya does, she's quite smart about it. She'll lie and pretend the other person hasn't fed her. Try and get fed twice.
End this glorious madness!
It's always really amusing. But I need to ask my partner if she's been fed already. Otherwise, I will feed her twice. Did you feed Freya? Dog is the same thing. And she knows what she's doing as well, by the way. Nice. Hello, Karanak is Tzeentch. What do you mean, Karanak? Do you mean the Soneshi Chaos Warriors? You expected 3 times that, Paven? I don't blame you. But it did a lot of damage, though. It did a lot of damage. Oh, the dog. A Tzeentch. Oh my god, Freya just slobbered all of my fern. I don't think you can recruit Karanak. Oh my goodness, she's saying an inside joke with my dog. Holy moly. It took me a while, but it took me a while. Yep, it took me a while. I say that Freya is an amalgamation of all Chaos Lords. Yeah, he should. So we didn't have something for 14 months.
Who's this then?
The man, the myth, the legend. Shuts 104. Right. I mean, sometimes I'm a bit slow, guys. You gotta give me that. Oh, I wonder if, I don't think this would work for... Yeah, it's Tzeentchian units. Hey, Lantry, how are you doing, handsome? Yeah, we'll go Gaze Fate now. Yo, Grim is treating me well, mate. How are you? I've actually ordered a chocolate pancake.
Magic of change.
I ordered myself a chocolate pancake because I felt like it was a good idea. But yeah, 10-17.
The winds shall
Yeah, I can confederate him now.
both. A
I'm
player.
gonna do. Because the sooner I confederate him, the sooner I can fix the problem of being killed by you. So I'm gonna retreat back from here. I'm gonna keep the Centaurs of Tzeentch because that's actually a useful unit. I'm gonna get rid of the chariot because that sucks. What is in here? So we have this, and we have Chaos Warrior ability recruitment. Okay, that's actually quite useful. Day in the Lakes, nice, mate. Kinder ones? Yeah, no, full chocolate ones, laddie. I'm looking forward to it. Ooh, I am poor. Right. I miss when you used to be able to scam Beastmen for loads of money. Does anybody else miss that? Beastmen Deadass used to be the one faction you could absolutely scam for tons of money. It's a shame you no longer can.
I will hear your petition, but make no promises to act on it.
Like, you used to be able to get like 4k, 5k gold easy. Right, I keep forgetting I'm an evil faction. Anyone evil out there? Any of you homies evil? Yeah, I guess you're kind of evil.
What you got to offer, Grom, then?
Oh, so I should be just declaring war on New Zealand. Wait. Oh. Alright, doesn't matter. 2 recruitment should be fine. All nice things come to an end. True.
Most astute.
Hey, lads, you're running away from your settlement. Holy crap, Oxhurdle is in a really prime position to absolutely batter us here.
Exalted hero of Tzeentch.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I can defend this. I might have to destroy one of these buildings. Is there any kind of shenanigans I can do?
Chaos awaits.
I can transfer settlement, which it would be quite amusing. It only costs 252. Yeah, go on then. Excuse me, get off my settlement, thank you. How dare you? Trespassing like that, you fiend! Oh man, I almost could have made them fight. I almost could have made them fight. Let's see if I can declare war on someone.
Guards, stay your weapons. I think it means to talk.
I think it means to talk. Can I speak to Scroll?
Allow me.
Scrollkey baby. I'll fight this guys. And non-aggression. 1.5k to fight a guy that has no health. Go on then. And then speak to Oxhurdle. As now... it won't last very long because they won't siege it for very long. Wow, you turncoat on your own people. Right, I'm gonna declare war on them to see if it gives me enough time to buffer. Because now they don't have they have another war target that's not me. With them not having a war target that's not me, it might help a lot. Is it'll give me enough of a buffer. It'll give me enough of a buffer to be fine. Because all I need is that sweet, sweet buffer. Yeah, so there we do, handsome. Oh, he's declaring war, isn't he? It didn't work. It can work, I'll be honest. It has the opportunity to work. It's worked in the past. It has worked in the past very successfully. Game did the funniest thing possible. What, scam me? Yeah. Did you make peace with some extra dudes? I did. I vassalized them, Lantry. And it helped me a lot in the early game because it allowed me to recruit Chaos Warriors of Slaanesh. Because you can recruit them straight away from them. So the Chaos Warriors of Slaanesh came in handy as it allowed me to be a front line against the High Elves. As I'd have struggled without that. Right, let me check. Heck yeah, my tea's coming in like 10 minutes. No, you can vassalize them. Yes, sir. They're making me 300 gold a turn as well. Maybe me threatening him was the reason why he didn't quite like me. Can't imagine why. Can't imagine why me threatening to kill them wanted them to fight me. Very strange. Very strange. Who would have thought by threatening to murder them, they didn't like me very much. Very strange indeed. I mean, who does that? Is that a double reinforcement? I don't think it is. I think it's just the one. Makes no sense, I know, right? Imagine getting upset at someone for threatening to kill you. I know, right? Kind of cringe. Not very chill of them, to be honest. They should do an increase the gold vassals give. I agree. Did any of you guys play Archeon when the vassal income was really, really insane? I was close to dominating the entire world in like 80 turns. I'm not even joking, the entire world in like 80 turns. Because I was making like maybe 1 million income every turn because of vassals being insane. As I just had so many units. It was like legitimately the most first world problem ever. I couldn't physically recruit more units because the pool of everything inside of all my settlements ran out. As I recruited too many units continuously. So the pool never kept replenishing. Like, it was the most first world problem I've ever experienced in a campaign. Like, I physically could not recruit fast enough to accommodate how much money I was making. But that doesn't happen often. Whereas it goes with best rework. I agree. Is this game more knowledge game than micro and skill? I honestly would say... That's a good question. In my personal opinion, people will disagree with me most likely, but my personal opinion, the hybrid of the two is a better approach rather than mastering one of them. Having incredibly good macro knowledge of the game alongside macro and micro helps a lot. Like, if you understand why your units are good, and then you've got really good mechanical skill to boot, you will crush everybody, basically. If you understand what about the matchup makes them strong. But, you know, if you don't execute on something properly, you can be the best player in the world, but it doesn't matter. Because you're not executing correctly. Right, so I would say that knowledge goes a long way, but macro is what executes it right in the end. So it's difficult to say, but definitely a hybrid of the two. Let us start getting this broken. I think it's the same with most like strategies. If you have absolutely no idea why something's good, you'll struggle to take advantage of the fact that it's really OP in the scenario. Hey, Skill, good to see you, but I'm doing well. How are you, matey? So the Saurus Warriors are the thing that's most scary here. I should cancel the spell if I just do this. There you go. A nice little cancel buffer right there. Love to see that. Love a cheeky cancel buffer. Alright, let's get another overcast. What up? Hey, Cora. Good to see you, matey. Doing alright. Skill, what are you up to these days? Are you playing in Total War? What are you playing? I swear loads of people have gotten into Marvel Rivals recently. A lot of you homies in the chat are telling me that you're playing Marvel Rivals. I have personally never played it, but I imagine it's pretty good. Switch from YouTube to Switch. Steam mode's so much better. That's fair, correct. And in fairness, 70B is goated. I mean, in fairness, I probably should have... I know Ludwig, right? Ludwig made a very similar mod. Like a very similar thing that lets you have Twitch emotes on YouTube. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, the RuneScape game. How is it? How many of y'all have the RuneScape game? And can you play with each other on it? Like, technically, if I made a RuneScape server, could you guys play with me? Would you guys want to do that? Like a stream server? Like a community server? I think it would be pretty fun. I think it would probably be fairly fun. Like a community server. God, Paris' magic is not balanced. I really should be focusing on destroying the walls. You can play with people, but I don't know how many. Okay. A little rough around the edges, but charming. Yeah, it looks like it's actually pretty decent for an early access, right? I think that's kind of like some kind of a consensus about it. Like the fact that it's an early access, it's in a pretty good state, which is usually quite surprising for early access. Because early access normally is like, we're releasing this game because we can't afford to finish it, so please buy it as much as possible and we'll fix it as the time goes on over the years. Is usually the kind of early access experience we get. That's sort of the early access experience I'm used to. I mean, low-key, that was like dead-ass Warhammer 3 release. That was dead-ass Warhammer 3 release. My god, Warhammer 3 didn't release in a good state. But, look at the game now. It's bloody lovely. It is nothing but chef's kiss. I think we can all agree on that one. Apart from sieges. It's my only gripe with the game. Once you start breaking into the settlement, we should be absolutely fine. So 4.2k gold value thus far on Kairos. Not a bad number. Not bad at all. I really wish I had Flamestorm. I love it when they build barricades like this because it allows me to bounce spells off the walls. Yo, Singular, how are you doing, you handsome bugger? I'm doing well, my friend. How are you? Alright, let's cancel that spell real quick. What are we thinking? Didn't cancel it because I didn't give a different order to it. But my god, that just obliterated their skin cohorts. Holy moly. It is quite literally a magic show, isn't it? I don't think anybody has anywhere near as good magic as Kairos now. This is just crazy that I have interchangeable magic. It's like, oh, this spell is good here. Well, let's just take it then. No worries. Oh, their army has very limited limited ability to like a lot of single entities. Okay, let's take Blue Fire Tzeentch. No worries. It's like whatever you need, you can get. Did Kairos get an update? He did. He can swap between any school of magic, any spell, basically. You can pretty much swap between any spell to whatever suits you the most. Yeah, it's pretty good. Alright, finally we've broken the wall, broken in. Let's get in. So you don't use you get the bonuses of what you used to, like the fragments. You gain bonus of that. So it's pretty nice. Everything's one of the best. Yeah. I don't think there's anyone remotely close to him from a school, from a magic perspective now. But it kind of should be that way, in campaign especially. Oh, dude, I bet head-to-head campaigns with Kairos would be a lot of fun to play, not against. It's like speedrun any percent, getting your friends to hate you. Just play Kairos, probably. Just play Kairos, I'd imagine. Alright, let's get the blues in. Look at this spell. We're going to bounce off the wall as well. Double shot. A double spellulation. And then they're going to stack up for the Thunderbolt as well. That's going to kill most of them. Goodbye, boys. Into the Pink Fire of Tzeentch. Into the ward save to evade damage. And a little bit of bounceulation on the wall there at the side. A little off-the-cuff bounceulation as well. Love to see that one. I imagine this guy's probably stacked up like hella hard. Yeah. Does that mean I am getting the spell mastery, or is it just him that's getting that spell mastery? Also, shout out to CA for making this not as awful. Where's my spell mastery? It is 150%, so I'm doing 50% more damage from all my spells as well. Let's watch these guys banish that are here as well. And what we'll make sure to do is proper regrowth after the end of the fight as well. Can't forget the regrowth to heal up. V Rising's Gale DLC. Ooh, nice. I love V Rising. The community server we had in V Rising was Pog. It was great fun. Oh, you should probably not be shooting. Yeah, the community server we had in V Rising was a lot of fun. How much winter magic we got left? Not enough. So let's just chill out for a sec and then regrowth all the health. Regrowth that HP up. I'm going to hit him with the Gaze of Fate. It's going to cost me 14 winds of magics. But interesting. I can toggle the overcast even if I don't have enough winds of magics. Right, if I heal up Kairos here, the battle will end. I could almost put money on this one. I think the balance of power that's currently inside of Kairos, I'm going to get so much of balance of power from healing him that I think the battle will end. If I was to hazard a guess. So I'm not going to cast a spell if my hunch is correct. So just the balance of powering that's missing from Kairos, is it enough? It must be bloody close. Maybe my cultist as well I'd have had to heal. But we've hardly taken any damage. We'll have a look. Of course, we'll have a look. I'm just doing no damage here, it's unfortunate. Alright. I definitely needed my aspiring champions hitting him. The old aspiring championes. Ah, it's because their general's untouched, that's why. Deadass completely forgot they had a general. Since it was two generals, this one's the garrison general. A little bit of a tickle to their general. The slan, excuse me. I should probably call him by the correct. I mean, Kairos can throw hands here. Not gonna lie. Oh wow, there's a lot more units than I thought still alive. My bad. Yeah, there's no way I'm also. It should be fairly soon now, though. But from before, I didn't realize how many units they still had left. It is a lot more than I thought. Alright, what's your spell mastery, my dude? 128%, so it's only on this guy, so I need to get him off his mount. He needs to be taken off that mount ASAP. God, Kairos are just floating around. Sting like a butterfly. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That's the one. Optimize game now feels more clunky than usual. Really? What, do you like an FPS problem? Because I definitely feel like my FPS is taking a bit of a hit these days, playing Warhammer 3. Whereas other games don't really do the same. I was wondering if that's just me. FPS load times, yeah. I think it's a similar vibe for me, my dude. Alright, let's get the rest of the boys in. Players Tzeentch, they can't randomly give your settlements to other people. True. Surely middle spawn's going to kick in soon. Yeah, I was going to say, like, it was on a cusp for a while. It had to have been on a cusp for a while. Right. Float like a bee, sting like a butterfly. Not quite. Not sure if it's quite the same. No, probably not. Oh, okay then. Alright, I'm going to go BRB, guys. Let me play some music. I'm going to BRB. I'm going to have a bio break. I've actually never used that terminology, bio break, before. I think it's the most poshest way to say I'm gonna have a dump. I'm not really. Yeah, I'm gonna get my drink and then I'll be back in a couple of minutes. To all you homies on the YouTube channel, by all means, go watch somebody else if you need to. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Give it. I'm back. I come bearing gifts, my good boys. I come bearing gifts. Right, sorry about that. We are back at it, but yet again. Who wanted the donut? Which one of you guys wanted the Palestine cola? Who ordered the Palestine cola? Who ordered the pink chai? Which one of you guys wanted the pink chai? You had the cola? Pink chai? Who had the pink chai? No chai? Okay, I'll do that. You that? I'll take the normal chai. Guy did a pretty bad job of not spilling it, but that's okay. Oh, and the chocolate pancake? Was that... I'll have that one. I'll take the chocolate pancake. If that's alright with you guys. Bro, they gave me a spoon and a knife. What kind of utensil action's that? Right, okay, sorry about that. Ooh, it's more like a Prasanth? I can't remember the name of it. They stop. They always spill. Yeah, okay, they do. Okay. When's the magic to turn? Okay, in Conduit, then we're going to get a Tzeentch. But we're going to take him off of the War Shrine, put him on a steed.
Good. An improvement.
Okay. Force Peace is going to be really useful when the crisis comes around.
Flickering fire. Dazzling fiends.
Okay. We need to lock in a little bit here. I was going to be in a bit of trouble from that.
It's me.
I really need to make sure to squeeze out more money somewhere. Everyone just hates me. I could do my quest now, actually. Let's do one tick of replenishment. Do we need to do a tick of replenishment?
That is not how
Nah, we're not a coward, are we, boys? Are we a coward? Are we a coward? Nah. We ain't no coward here. Although this quest battle can be quite hard, from memory. But it's all about the counters. You know it's bad when the food you ordered, they gave you 2 sets of cutlery. Like, don't fat shame me. It's like, I don't need 2 sets of cutlery. You don't know who I am. This is for my fat ass, not for anybody else. That's good.
this we recall being you must relent. The staff is ours. We will not be blinded to fate by your petty context. Die, so we can calibrate real space.
Just gonna fix my microphone real quick.
Fractals of existence once more. Minions, go forth.
There we go.
The inevitable.
Alright, that should be better. Well, I'm a little bit worried it's too low. Alright, that should be okay now. As long as it's louder than me. Oh, shoot, the battle starts.
Drag us to the thrones. Move with guile.
I think I get flanked. But I take most up. Lantry, I'll probably be in the Alps next year. I'll be coming back to the Alps like I do every year. Guys, taking a look at me, would you think I'm good at skiing? Skiing again? Yeah. Dude, Val Thoren's off-piste skiing is so goated. And we're going on your first trip? Pavement, brother, that was like 2 years ago. I look aerodynamic. Is it because I'm bald? Technically aerodynamics for it. God damn it, guys. 2 years ago. Yeah, it was 2 years ago. Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago. Maybe a year ago. Either 2 years ago or a year. This is Gaze of Fate angle, isn't it? Surely? Yeah. Oh me, how stupid are you? You should have seen that one coming, Mr. Kairos Fateweather. You fool! It actually would be a 5-storm angle here, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit afraid about where that's going to go, but holy ballsack. I'm flying too close to the sun! God, these flames are a right pain, my dude. I could go down a black slope. I have, and I can.
I know where to go.
Like, on my first year of skiing, I was a snow plowing fiend. But now I can parallel ski. On both skis all the way? Yes, thank you. I'm not going to say that and just fall the entire way. That's not going down it properly. God, the amount of clarity that I have to give you guys. There's no faith in the chat. Honestly, no faith. You're not going down a black slope if you fall down. That doesn't count.
Instruments of deception!
Anybody could do that. Anybody could just fall down a slope. Oh shoot, there's actually some really strong stuff in this army. I swear, I always remember it being really easy though.
We must flee!
Over here, gatekeeping? Gatekeeping what?
Seize all! No raven gods will. Kairos Fate Weaver.
Ooh, the chariot will absolutely batter me.
We are eternal. It shall be.
We should have dealt with it now.
Physics destruction!
I can drink a tea now.
The deceiver's servants. We
Uh-oh.
are the cult.
Losing my mage would be no bueno. No, 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 no. Oh my god. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Oh! My brother in Christ, if I lost that, I'd have been so sad.
Kairos Fate Weaver.
Alright, my army got a little bit battered, I'll be honest. A little bit on the worse for wear side. Nothing too bad though. All hail the challenges of the ways. Yeah, let me cast my heal, please. Don't end the battle yet, please. Please and thank you. Hit it with a cheeky overcast over a road, and we're chilling.
We foresaw their doom.
There we go. Dude, these fire jammers will crush them. You little rascal, he's set me on fire, so my healing's half now. What a little turd. Good enough. We're slow, and there was a giant 2 foot tall wire. Did I roll that fall? Oh, that's good you didn't roll it. When me and Meg went skiing, well, she snowboarded, we were on the top of the blue. At the top of a blue, and she had been snowboarding for a total of 4 hours while in Valthorens. And she fell over, like, quite a few times, actually. She was falling over quite a few times. Nothing bad happening, all good. She went down a blue, didn't even fall that badly, and broke her elbow. It was messed up. She was there for 4 hours, and we had to go to A&E. Yeah, it was crazy. And that was months ago, and it's still, she's still recovering. Wow, 7 grand. Not bad. I'm gonna take money because we should be able to get a lot of replenishment anyway. Not a great first intro now. Puts her off over snowboarding? No, deadass, she wants to snowboard again. That lass has no fear, really. I mean, honestly, she was getting very good in those 4 hours.
Magic of change.
Like, something inside of me was like, you're gonna have to push her over at least a little bit. Get her a little bit injured so she doesn't overtake you in skill. But obviously I would never do that. But she was very good, very talented for snowboarding for the first time. Well, she skated as a kid, so it was like she had an advantage in that respect. But she was very, very good. A lot better than I was when I first started. But I feel like skiing is easier to learn, but snowboarding is probably easier to master, I'd say. From my experience of knowing people that snowboard and ski. Just chucking some blues for now. I think the only fight that I'm concerned about is the one over by the defense of the base. Let's get the corruption going.
The only constant.
Because I don't really have good magic. I don't think I have any lords I could swap into either. I have no one I can federate. I don't want to move over just yet. Snowboarding was much harder. Yeah, I feel like to learn to begin with, it's a lot harder. Whereas you can have really terrible posture and do alright on a ski. It's really funny because my really good friend Dan was a skiing instructor, so he's an insanely talented skier, and he was like helping me when I was there for the first time. And what he'd do is, depending on how annoyed he was at me, he'd either call me Harry or he'd call me Battlesey. Because in my friend group we have multiple people called Harry, so I get called Battlesey instead. I was called Hot Harry. So the thing behind that was, we have 2 Dans in our friend group. One's called Dan, one's called Hot Dan. And I was the Harry. I was the hot Harry, and there was another Harry. And I was like, just call me Battlesey, it's whatever. And depending on his mood, because he knew me as a kid. I've known him since I was 3 years old. I literally knew him since I was 3. And anytime I annoyed him, he'd call me Harry, like I said. And anytime I was doing something alright, he'd call me Battlesey. So it was really funny. It was like being in like a school. Like if you get called, like if your mum or whatever calls you by your full name, you're like, ah crap, I'm in trouble. Kind of a similar vibe. It's kind of a similar vibe for me. It was like, oh, Battlesey, Harry. I'm like, ah, god damn it, I've done something wrong here. See, even call him Leslie. Leslie in Fred's chat, Battlesey in this chat. I'm happy to have the segregation. Right. I think I'm gonna go beat up, what was that?
So, you've heard of Wurzag's mighty powers as...
I think he's wiring right now. So logic dictates that I shouldn't fight anybody. But the good news is I have no logic. I actually will go with the Negot's Demon. This is insane. As a scary word, like, it is a bit, isn't it? I mean, the Winds of Magic are pretty damn good. 308 from vassals right now. I wish I could increase the amount. I don't think I can steal the army from him. Defeat the army. Which army is closest? Which gives me the most? Okay, accept the mission on that one. Let's keep doing the missions. Keep on doing this as well. Guys, what do you think? Alright, do me a favour here. Type 1 in the chatto. Uno 10 in the chatto. If we move our... If we move Kairos towards Wurzag. 2 if we think we should move him back to Oxyodel and deal with Oxyodel. Hard to say. And yeah, it is a nice update. It's like, do we want to go aggressive or do we defend? And I don't think... I have a hard time believing he would focus me just yet. Because ironically, he doesn't hate me at all. Certainly a good thing. Oh god, I can force peace between factions. Wait, I can force peace with me and Oxyodel. Would I want to? I mean, it certainly certainly fix a lot of headaches. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the cost's dependent on corruption. Yeah, it's purely dependent on corruption, since it's very corrupted by me. It makes sense. Oh, of course, restore an army's movement. I keep forgetting I have that.
We witnessed eternity. Tomorrow come.
Things that make you go, So Scar should be chilling, got an aggression. Although I have been betrayed by Beastman before.
I know all fates.
Do you know what? Let's just go beat up Wurzag. I doubt his armies are anywhere nearby.
It shall be. I have scribed all the dice.
Why not, eh, boys? Purple Magic Chicken Day? Indeed, Chris. How we doing, bud?
Oracle.
In fairness, I've just remembered I'm really dumb. As Crisis is gonna kick off anytime. I completely forgot that Crisis was the thing in this campaign. And I'm gonna deal with the full wrath of their Crisis. Alright, we'll see what happens. One turn of tier 4 at least. Which is extremely tasty. God, Daniel really doesn't do much, does he? Daniel's not in the market of doing much, it seems. Do you guys remember when I went through that phase of playing, like, Daniel campaign every day for, like, 3 weeks? I don't know why. I just got obsessed with him. It was really weird. It was really, really weird. I don't know why, I just went through a phase of just playing him so much. Lots of options. I think it was more that I wanted to learn him. Oh, classic Cafe and Kids Love Settlements one now. I am miles away, though. It'd be nice to confederate the Changeling to do that. Do I have ways of halting army? Haven't really gone into that one, have I? Forced Rebellion is a bit of a banger.
This was
Niski, you're right, I did. And I'm glad I didn't release that video because he literally got changed like the day after I wanted to make the video. It was complete BS. Just got screwed over by the gate bug. I thought they fixed that. They physically can't, I don't believe.
Change beckons.
I think at this point it probably is a feature, to be honest. I don't think the game engine allows them to fix it. Is what I heard. Whether or not that still remains true or not, I don't know.
a wise course. Opinions sway, magic.
Okay, so we got some good units now. It's a feature. It really is, isn't it, mate? It really is. It's just a buzzkill. It certainly can be, that's for sure. It honestly can be. As I've got some pretty cool ideas that I've got cooking at the moment, but I just need to... One of the problems I have at the moment is I want to explore a different type of video. Like, creating a different type of video. But I'm such a perfectionist that I very rarely make progression because I always think of another way of doing it. Which is so annoying. It's almost like if I just shipped it and then just like that was it, then I would keep learning faster. Surprised Bretonia still owns these settlements, by the way.
Stop standing around and let's fight. Dance, puppet.
Finally branching to hot tub
Dance to
streams.
our tune.
Now that's the OnlyFans tier 3 special. I know, I love you too. I love you too. I love you too. Right, I need to see. Her tail's wagging so much. It's like a nice fan, like a nice cool breeze on my leg. Because of how much her tail's wagging. Get the money building in there then, we might as well. Oh wow, his wow was on this settlement here. What did real life happen? Imagine. I mean, if I was guaranteed like 6 figures to do OnlyFans, I probably would do it, to be honest. Everyone's got a price. Everyone's got a price. What else do we need? I think we've pretty much got most of what we need. Hey Axel, what's up, dude? Well, you're in there, right? The L'Oreal bankroll that. I mean, it doesn't sound like it doesn't sound half bad, being an OnlyFans model. Alright.
My power grows.
I think I'd probably have to lose a bit of weight before I did hot tub streams, though. The embarrassing thing is, I used to be 8% body fat. But nowadays, I'm tired even thinking about the gym. Oh, how times change. Oh, I can't afford it, damn it. Is there any way I can bankroll?
You cotton drum swine! Get out of it!
Something like that? Then declare war on
Diplomacy seemed
Kislev,
so
I guess?
very important when I was mortal. You would...
I'll bankroll it. Model the same. Lane is security claiming to be law enforcement. I guess. You slept 3 different times yesterday? Paven, can you sleep anywhere? I really wish I could. Like, I struggle to sleep on planes. I really do. I can't just randomly sleep. I can't sleep anywhere. Yeah, I struggle sleeping in places that isn't my bed. Equally, when I was younger, I couldn't dump anywhere that wasn't my own toilet. Now I don't care. Working in an office changes that. After enduring people just consuming the coffee in the morning and, you know, experiencing the sonic booms that come out of the bathroom, you kind of get used to it. You just basically add to the music at that point, you know? All you're doing is just adding to the music. No one cares. God damn, that chai was good. Okay.
Let me think about it. No!
Yo, Mayford, how are you doing, handsome? Sip, you bugger. Don't worry. We actually have a nice, interesting Coca-Cola here. Let's give it a crack. Not bad.
It shall be.
I mean, if you're heavily fatigued, Paven, I would recommend going to the doctor's, matey. I don't want to be annoying or anything, but I'd recommend it. Alright, let's crack out the other chai as well. Look how cute this chai is. Does anybody in the chat know why it's pink? Or how it's pink? Is it like the tea they use is pink? Something? I don't know.
I do not understand your plots, but I understand this blade.
Do not make me use it.
Ming Fan, you are a dumbass, dude. You want to vassalize to a guy that literally is on the opposite of the opposite end of the world? I'll just take his money. I'll just take his money. You gonna get on meds? Well, yeah, make sure to look after yourself, Axo, for sure. Although holy is good dust. I do enjoy holy. But if it impacts your health in any way, you should instantly give it up.
Embrace eternal change.
To be honest, one of the bad things that I do is I feel like your body can get to a certain threshold where it, like, you can drink a lot of caffeine and not be affected by it. And so you have to up the dosage to feel it. That's why I try and go cold turkey every now and again. There's nothing quite like having a really frozen, like a super frozen chilled Red Bull after like a week hiatus of caffeine. That hits. Now that hits different, boys. Bloody hell. I didn't realize the amount of armies he'll have. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. I mean, he was literally strength rank 3, so I brought this upon myself. I deadass brought this upon myself, but... oh well. Wait, equally, this guy's on the other side of the world. Let's actually wait until I get a higher strength rank. As I'll actually get more money. Oh, Haxo, didn't you start a new job fairly recently? I hope that's going alright. Ah, crap. Orc Shuttle's reinforcing it. Oh, you're starting in May. Fair enough.
Chaos.
Please be a metal mage. Okay, good it is. Oh my god, 3 blues? Or do I go with Searing Doom upgrade? I think the blues are better.
Herald of change.
I'm just a bit concerned that we're taking 10% attrition. But in a siege setting, I don't think I win that. Without a siege setting, excuse me, I don't think I win that. It's kind of a must-have. I mean, I could force peace for now. Yeah, let's do that. A loser! Imagine.
We are as one.
Nice. That's fine, I want to replace the Marauders anyway. With a better army once I get a chance to. I just need my main province upgraded. Ooh, what's this bad boy? Income and... I think I need this in here for maximum income. Income all buildings, local province, twice. 30% increase in income. My god. I feel like rushing tier 5 is not terrible either. The chicken isn't so bad, leave him be. I wonder what goes through a person's mind in that scenario.
Agent of change.
Oh, I can't give him attrition. That'd have been fantastic, but oh well. This is a classic where you get to a certain point where your levels really don't start to matter. Oh my god, they dropped poop. They left poop in my settlement. The goddamn greenskins just straight up leaving a big turd in my settlement. So much so, the turd was so large it took up an entire slot, building slot. That's savage. That is savagery at its finest. Alright. What I'll probably do... is maybe have another turn or so. And we'll vote on the Discord to see if we carry on this campaign or we try another one. That's what I'm thinking. Because we still need to try Kislev. On a scale of 1 to 10, guys, how good is Kislev right now? Ooh, I actually might be able to teleport on him. Oh, never mind, don't need to. I think he's going to run away, though. Never mind. I'm honestly more surprised that I haven't had the crisis happen. It's about a 6 or 7. But in comparison, what are you using as a metric? What's a 10 in your eyes? Because I'm going to need like a metric. Changing the ways is pretty damn good. I think the more the game goes on, it'll be like that. 10 is Dowie.
Do not shame your ancestors, Dowie brethren. No shaming your ancestors here, Dowie brethren. To die in battle.
Could you envision a dwarf voice like that in this game? I certainly could. Man. I would suck the left nut of whoever's in charge at CA to make me a voice actor as a dwarf. That would be so goated. Not the right. Either. I'm not biased. I would treat them both with the equal tenderly love that they deserve. I might as well get rid of my army now, because I don't know when I can declare war on him. I probably should keep the army, though. As I feel like I'm going to need to. But it is kind of funny that my secondary army is better than my first army. Malachi and Elspeth. Yeah, both have insanely good mechanics, don't they? Alright, do you know what? In almost 4 hours, we've done a bloody good job. We've taken over quite a lot. Vassalized these guys for money. Stopped Oxyodal being annoying by doing this. Oh, I could also do something else here. Ah, 3-turn settlement. 3-turn, I can give it to myself. Give it to Reichland. Well, do you know what the really funny thing is? I'll tell you something really ironic. Do you know the grape shot for Empire and Dwarves? I kid you not. In the game files, the grape shot for the Empire was modified at 0.3 penetration. The modification for the Dwarves was 3. I was like, huh, that's really weird. Let me go ask somebody, like one of the developers. And then in the next patch, they nerfed the grape shot for Dwarves because they clearly didn't mean to put a 3 instead of 0.3. I was like, damn it, I shouldn't have said anything. Because I was like, this doesn't make any sense. But yeah, they bloody nerfed it. That was my bad, guys. It was pretty cool, I know. You ruined it? I know. I know. I'll happily take the L on that one. I will happily take the L on that one. Oh, my man Goon is streaming. Good on you. Well, I mean, I'd rather them nerf that than anything else to do with the dwarves. Do you know what I am sad about? The fact that they bloody got rid of tier 0 dwarves. But let's be honest, that was Giga OP. Let's be honest, that was too OP. Right. I am going to head off, guys. Each and every one of you wholesome hunks are incredible. Thank you to all of you guys hanging out. It's been incredible. As always, let's just go full screen here. Flashbang. Get flashbanged. But yeah, thank you for all the follows, the resubs today. So we had Autobot Shuts coming in with a resub, Kellett for the resub, Fred for the massive raid. Shout out to Fred again, what a legend. And we had a couple of follows. You guys know who you are, so thank you so much for following, guys. If you're interested in following the stream, we're going to be playing more Total War and other things and having fun. Probably a community server or something coming in soon as well, because it's been too long. But on the YouTube side, thanks for hanging out as well. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourselves and have a good one. And on the Twitch